got sound bites now.
OMG.
We got clapping.
Guys,
Woo! Only I can hear it because only I have
been
headphones.
missing for a little bit.
But
Yeah.
it's
MIA.
some major production updates.
I'm working
Yeah,
on
we
the episode.
Yeah, we
Yeah, there's a
recorded
lost
an episode.
There's a lost episode.
Lost episode.
It's like halfway to an after dark.
It is after dark.
Yeah.
We
Pretty much.
switched
It's
halfway
it's
through after
it's
dark.
fully after dark, but I'll
Yeah,
edit
that's
I'll
bad.
edit all of that out and
Graham
it'll be
pledged to edit it down.
Yeah.
so.
If he does, there might be a salvageable 2 minutes in there of discussion.
I mean, we'll see, right?
there was just
See.
it got very slanderous. It got very tricky legal waters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can really talk about
no,
it
no,
here,
no,
but
yeah.
listen to
I
the
think just
mud hole
skip
episode.
over
We
it,
go
just-
over it in
I
quite
think
good
We're
detail.
not
deleted-
hosting
I think
them.
Jake
Yeah.
deleted that.
I don't think-
deleted it?
He said he didn't delete it.
Okay, he better not have.
But
That's history
I
right
don't
there.
want that thing out there.
It
That
won't
was-
be.
It won't
that
go
was a
out there.
bad
It's
one.
an after dark.
Yeah, it's
that
good.
one's not even
Yeah.
ending up on the Mudhole
Well,
Patreon.
I mean, yeah, Critterpit.
Neither is
It was
ours.
Mudhole has a similar thing to Critterpit, where we recorded the after dark after the first episode
Yeah,
too. Like we were
ooh.
only one deep.
yeah.
That's
I
cyclical
do
right
think
there.
I do think you guys were riding high after that episode we recorded here last time. And that
Yeah.
transferred over to episode
the
2 of
the critters have had unhinged.
Yeah,
energy
a little bit.
lately. We
Little
recorded
bit.
the last episode, the lost episode, and then we were graciously invited onto the mud hole, where we
And
sort of
we kinda
derailed.
fucked it up.
We derailed. We derailed pretty hard, but there was a whole fiasco on that episode with trying to get the figure the
microphone
mic
on.
out throughout the whole episode.
Critterpit
Oh,
never
yeah.
has
Thought
any
we
sound
fixed it.
issues.
We
And
thought
then
we solved
Jake
it.
was just like not feeling the restart. What?
You got talking to the mic.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
There was a. I'm so used
good.
to the mic not being like actually on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or super directional.
It was a whole
But yeah,
fiasco.
I was trying to test out the audio, and Jake was like, "We don't need to do an audio test."
And in the end, we weren't
certainly
even
did need to
using
do an
the
audio
mic.
test.
We
We
weren't
should-
even
we should-
using the mic. We were recording.
There's a lot of things.
Recording off the laptop.
We were like, "Why can't we
Ah,
hear
it's funny.
Matt? It's pointed right at him."
Yeah.
Oh, we kept trying to get Matt to explain the history
of Universal.
monsters, and it just would not show up. And we might have been a little
Goofy.
goofy, a little
Little
silly,
goofy.
a little
so-
silly.
Who's
that
to say?
episode.
Who's to say?
But
I
hopefully,
think a lot of the goofiness just came from bringing up that infamous episode from Critterpit.
The W ep.
Lost Ep.
the Lost Ep. Yeah,
Just call it
Yeah.
the Lost Ep.
The
Don't
Lost
even
Ep.
mention the.
The product.
the Lost Ep.
Yeah.
The energy sort of is cataclysmic, you know.
It really did just bleed right over.
I've never been more drained in my life after something like, you know, I've worked out pretty intense sometimes, but
Yeah.
just after that episode, I've never been more drained and exhausted in my
Very
life.
tired.
It took everything out of me.
The infamous
The Lost
He
Ep.
lost
episode.
it. Matt was
It-
part of that ep as well. I kind
He
of
was.
forgot he was there.
Maybe Matt is secretly the
That's the the ingredient.
yeah.
No, he was good on the David Lean ep.
Good on the other one. Maybe it's having Matt and me in the same room.
Maybe
Maybe
we can
that's
test
it's
that
the
theory.
combo.
Yeah.
We gotta do a couple different.
So-
No, we're coming in. We're coming in with a
We-
fresh
recently,
energy, a fresh
All the
mixer.
podcasts have just been lost, so this is a restart. This is a
Yeah,
fresh
exactly.
start.
We're back.
Fresh
And we're
start.
back. We have some great episodes on the
Episode
horizons.
one
Hopefully,
of the
Nanook next week,
Critterpit.
Thursday.
Yep. Hopefully.
thinking.
Yep. It should be good.
We're gonna get back on it. We're gonna be
Wait, that's
recording.
Nanook Thursday?
Yep.
That's why I think we should do it
Yeah.
next Thursday.
That makes sense.
Because
Is it-
this
have you
Thursday,
scheduled it with the special guest?
We should try after this.
Yeah. We'll
Um,
send an email.
Because this Thursday I have a film shoot. So.
Yeah, me too.
And next Tuesday I assume we have business class.
Yes, we probably do. We should make time for it at least.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, here we are. We're back at it, and we have
Back
a
at it
great
again.
episode here today. So
Yep.
on the Lost episode, we discussed The Boy and the Heron and
Godzilla, because we went to see those movies right
And
before.
So we might get
yeah, we might
we
mention
might get a
those.
bit 30 seconds out of each of those movies from
Yeah.
on the pod.
Yeah, we might
if that.
we might mention those
Yeah.
here.
Just briefly.
I was trying to get everyone to talk about Boy in the Heron.
Yeah,
and
Graham
I
Yeah,
was the
Graham was
only one that
stabilizing
And
ended
you know
up
that's
here.
bad when
That's bad.
Yeah.
Graham's trying to keep everybody on track.
I don't know. The critters were just feeling crazy. Our lives have been too narratively rich.
Well,
lately
we did
to
take a couple
focus.
Prescotts, so
Yeah, we were
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Allegedly. Very little
Plum
sleep.
Corp.
Did anything happen
Shout out.
even like before that? Like what was that day?
That day was a Thursday. We had been we literally just had class. And then me and you
And then
waited
we waited
right
for a
after.
long
4
time.
hours.
That's okay. I
Yeah.
think
Graham
that's
had
why
class.
the energy was so like
Me and
low.
Sam were just so drained. We were waiting
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah.
We were just watching
Yeah.
like weird
Weird
short
movies.
films all day.
We watched
Kinda
some
weird.
really
Tom in the
weird
chat
ones.
just emailed me. Go check that out if you're feeling brave.
That movie, that will kind of kill the energy for the rest of your day.
That is
It's
actually a vibe killer.
I think
Yeah.
that just like drained us. Just even
What was the
watching
name of it?
Tommy Chat just emailed me.
Tommy
Yeah.
Chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget the filmmaker's name, but
Did you watch Fauve yet?
I have not watched Fauve.
Oh,
That's another draining one.
but that one's it's draining
It's
in a
good.
different way, where it's like
Yeah.
Fauve is really good, and this one is like
the form
Yeah,
is draining.
it's so like early YouTube, kind of like early internet.
Okay.
I think
vibes.
you'd love it.
Yeah,
Graham.
you'd love
I
it.
kind of
Tommy
loved it
Chat
on a
just
rewatch.
I
honestly,
I liked it, but it's draining. It's hard to watch.
which I think is its intention. You know, I think it perfectly captures.
we got to get that filmmaker on the pod. I bet they
We
come.
could.
Yeah,
We got to
should
get a
send them
lot
an
of people
email.
on the pod. We should send an
Yeah,
email to those
Property
two,
Brothers.
alumni running Northgate Filmway. So we got.
Yeah, we should do that.
That'd be sick.
Guy Madden, we can get on the
Guy
pod.
Madden, David Cronenberg,
Why not?
Matt Johnson, Nathan
Cronenberg.
Fielder.
Yeah, Nathan Fielder.
Yeah.
He'd definitely come on the pod.
Been on a major Nathan Fielder binge lately. Love him. He might be my new obsession after Cronenberg.
I listened to a 3-hour podcast where Nathan Fielder appeared a little
Okay.
while ago.
Just
A24.
that monotone voice for 3 hours.
No, he broke character. He was
Oh,
Whoa.
he was outside of himself because I think he was just a fan of that podcast.
hell yeah.
Okay.
It was interesting to hear
That's
him.
what he's gonna be like on the Critters.
Exactly. He's a big fan. Big
Yeah.
fan.
Do you guys think Nathan Fielder's pretending when he's acting? Do you think he's
I think he
pretending?
channels a lot of who he is probably into that, but like,
Yeah, I think a lot of his characters are based.
because you
Yeah.
At
see
least to
pictures
an
of him from when he was a kid, awkward looking fucking kid, you know.
I think just that haircut, like it does
yeah,
so much.
But like
It's
I've seen
perfect.
so many pictures of like just him at parties chilling in the corner. Like it must be a lot of real life channeling. But no, he's been married and stuff, so he can't be
Yeah.
his character.
He can't be fully his character.
He can't fully be. But like that's
I think it's just
that's
the mystery makes it so
genuinely
intriguing. Like, I
one of
don't
the
wanna
most
know.
interesting characters in the film business is
Yeah.
Nathan Fielder. Where does
Absolutely.
Nathan Fielder begin and where does Nathan Fielder end?
It's
No
gonna,
one.
impossible to say.
That's awesome. And
Gotta watch.
all the shit he makes is just like the same character, kind of the same
Yep.
study on this Nathan Fielder character.
Nathan for you.
Nathan for you, the rehearsal, even the curse. It's all
yeah.
Even the night before where he plays the limo driver.
The curse feels almost exactly like Nathan for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asher is basically Nathan Fielder.
Yeah.
Like
Basically.
just giving himself up in that relationship, right?
But-
Shedding himself.
Yeah. I mean, Asher though,
Should we talk about the
he really
curse?
acts. Well, yeah. Did we talk about the curse?
No, we haven't. The curse is amazing. Genuinely one of
Yeah.
my favorite things on TV right now. Like,
I will say kind of a difference I feel between Nathan for you and the curse is in Nathan for you, I always feel like he has to one up everyone.
Mhm.
yeah,
in
he's
that show.
aggressive in that show,
Yeah.
dude. He goes for people's throats.
In the curse, he's a lot more like
Docile.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a
Which it makes sense in just the fiction versus reality, you know. In reality, he's
Yeah.
going for those reactions, getting those crazy moments.
Mhm.
Where in fiction, you can just kind of write those crazy
Yeah.
moments.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't have to
Same
manufacture them.
side, or sides of the same coin. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Curse is so good, though. One of my favorite shows just because of its content, its form, the people who are involved in it. Just getting like,
Just incredible.
I saw this
performances
YouTube
all the way
comment on that
around.
Chris Nolan interview, how it's like the Avengers of Anxiety.
Yeah.
Ed and Safdie and Fielder together.
Yeah, that's true.
Awesome, man.
Very like different approaches to it as well though.
Mm.
Like I think Nathan Fielder I can kind of like laugh at like their
Yeah.
anxiety and
Yeah.
like you know it's a relatable character but it's relatable in a way
Yeah.
that's a little more
Yeah.
like outside.
And the Safdie form
Safdie
just
form is so
brings
just-
you in.
It's so yeah,
There's
you're
no
you're
escape.
in that world, you can't
It's-
leave. It's
oh.
yeah,
And
it's
the
terrible.
recreation
God,
of an
there's a fight going on.
HD TV show, it's awesome.
Yeah,
There's a fight breaking out outside of the
it's true. We
Critterpit
can't hear it
studio.
on the thing, luckily.
Someone just got shot.
Yeah.
my
Oh,
shit.
that's
oh,
okay.
my
Oh.
God. I don't
Should
know.
we-
We will be okay.
We'll be
We'll
okay.
be
It's a
okay.
bunker.
We're safe
Let
in
me-
here.
let me lock
Yeah.
the
The
door.
Critterpit
Yeah.
bunker. Good
Thanks,
job.
Graham.
Yeah.
Curse though.
Yeah, the curse. I was what? I was watching it and we were all really high, so I got
Created like a
thinking,
magnet. Like I can hear the buzzing when you do that. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, it's not good. I mean, it's just it's something I noticed.
No, we were really high when we watched that first episode, so it got
Allegedly.
me. It reminded me of allegedly.
Well, no, it's legal.
Weed's
Hashtag legalize it. We're all.
Unless you're in one of those
above.
places in the States that
But we're
Prescott's
in,
legal.
We're in Alberta.
Prescott's aren't they prescription?
We'll get Jamie to Google it later. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
I don't know. I think they're prescription,
Okay.
but they're just very
Allegedly.
commonly sold.
Allegedly.
Well, because like they're
Allegedly.
they like have
Bringing back blowing into the mic.
they're
They could use that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
they're like a powdered medication that's pressed, and they have like
Yeah.
the numbering on them and stuff, and the specific shape. Like I think that's all regulated,
Okay.
but
That makes sense.
they're just sold
Anyway,
illegally.
we
Anyway,
were talking about the curse.
High watching
Yeah,
the
the
curse.
curse.
That's
Yeah,
a
so we were-
crazy way to get thrown into
Yeah.
that show.
That was
It was
your
great,
first
though.
time.
It was great.
Yeah.
And after the episode ended, it got me thinking because I used to watch a lot of anime in my teens.
Mm-hmm.
Not so
Not
much
anymore.
anymore, but I do occasionally watch shows.
There's some good anime. You have
I
to
just-
sift through a lot of garbage, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Now I tend to stick to like just really artsy, like really artsy.
Have you seen Perfect Blue yet?
No.
Oh,
not
we
yet.
gotta watch it. If we're doing
The
anything
anime
Thursday.
movies are
Yeah.
almost
Watch that.
always good, but the shows, almost
Can't
all
do
those
it.
really
Can't do
artsy
it.
one seasons. Oh, you gotta watch. It's Satoshi Kon, same guy who did Perfect
Oh,
Blue.
okay, then I'm in.
Paranoia Agent.
You haven't
okay.
seen Paprika either?
No,
Paprika's
the only,
really
the only
good.
Satoshi
Those.
Kon I've seen is like
Ooh,
half of
Paprika's
Paranoia
good.
Agent.
Okay.
I should watch the rest. Anyway,
Yeah.
The Curse.
it got me thinking
Oh,
because
anime.
since I used to watch a lot of anime in my teens,
Mhm.
I knew about all the rules and stuff for watching anime, and one of the
Mhm.
rules is the 3-episode rule.
Okay.
Mm.
For any anime, you can't judge it until you've watched 3 episodes.
Okay.
Because those
Oh,
first 2
hate
might be
that.
garbage.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Or they might be
Be
amazing.
great.
But when you hit that third one, that
That's
third
when
one's
you
going
know.
to tell you whether it's really good or it sucks.
Okay.
Like by the third episode. The third episode itself could be
Yeah.
whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but
But in culmination, you'll know.
yeah, with all 3 of them, you'll know if it's something you want to keep watching or not.
Yep.
And I was just like watching The Curse, and I was like, this is the best television I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I do not need to see another
Yeah.
episode to
Yeah.
know I want to watch
It's
this whole
awesome.
thing.
And dude,
Have you watched any more of it yet?
Not yet.
Okay,
that
then we
finale
won't
don't
have a spoiler.
Don't have
crazy.
Paramount Plus.
That finale's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have a spoiler conversation.
No,
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 no.
no, no, no.
I
I
don't
do
want to
not
spoil
wanna
this for
spoil
you.
this.
If it's so good.
I kind of want to like watch that with Graham to get a live reaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm down.
Do some commentary.
Honestly, yeah, commentary for that final episode could be sick.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Genuinely, like, so creative and crazy, but in a way that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
for
Well,
the
you
themes
never-
of the show.
It's weird because I never like question character motives. Like I do understand kind of, what they're doing
Yeah.
because like the characters
Yeah.
are so well portrayed and written.
Man.
Like they all suck. They're like I wouldn't do any of these things, but I'm like I understand why you would do that.
Speaking of characters, Benny Safdie's character on the show is
Dougie.
one of my favorite characters
Yeah.
ever. So fun.
I was saying he didn't look like a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked so.
Is that just how?
wild.
That's just how he looks, right?
Well, with the wig, I think the wig
Yeah.
makes it a
Okay.
crazy.
And the
look.
hair and the
I
rings.
was
It's just
thinking
Yeah.
like he.
and the glasses.
You know when you see a celebrity on a show and they put on a bunch of prosthetics to look like someone
Yeah.
else? Like that's just how he looks.
Yeah.
looks
Yeah, he
like,
does- he wasn't
looks
wearing
like
any
someone you know
prosthetics.
that's wearing prosthetics.
He has a very unique face.
He does.
Benny.
But he like I wouldn't say that he looks unnatural. Like he doesn't like especially in like
He looks
He has
wild.
a tinge of unnaturality to his face.
I think in
I don't
combination of
know.
everything he's wearing.
Yeah, I think it's.
yeah,
I think it's more
yeah,
just like
in
what
the
he's
curse,
wearing
yeah.
is-
But if you think
Yeah.
about him in like Good Time,
I
or,
haven't
like,
seen him in anything.
Um,
else, so
You
You
haven't
got
seen
to the-
Oppenheimer?
no, I haven't
Oh,
seen.
Wow.
He's in
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
He's in Oppenheimer.
He's like my
He's
favorite
Teller.
character in Oppenheimer.
Okay.
He was a German scientist. He had a
Hmm.
really good year last year.
Spe-
He was also
Oppenheimer-
in
That
Sorry
shows how
There
good
God,
that
It's
movie
Me,
is.
Are
Margaret.
the Safdie brothers their filmmakers turned actors?
No,
I guess?
Benny Safdie is like he's always kind of been an actor.
Going
director.
Hollywood. He's going Hollywood.
He is going
He
Hollywood
is
though.
going. Yeah,
But I love it.
sounds
I
like
love
Making a
seeing
movie
him
with The
act,
Rock.
honestly.
Oh, I want to watch the Rock movie. Hate the Rock.
Hate The Rock,
Hate
but love
The Rock.
Benny, so
Doing a
maybe
Benny
those
Safdie movie.
balance.
Yeah, well,
Is he
I
directing?
gotta see
Yeah,
what
he's
he's gonna
directing.
do. I gotta
That could
see
be
what he's gonna do
Kino.
with The
That
Rock.
could be Kino. I think that will
It's a
judge
biopic,
the
though, like-
trajectory. Like a Dwayne biopic?
No. It's a biopic about another MMA guy, and Dwayne is portraying him in this
I
Benny
think
Safdie
that will be the
film.
make or break movie. See where Benny's going in his career. You know, if that's like,
If he's the worst Safdie.
yeah, that will be the one.
He's a great actor, but yeah,
I'm calling it now. I think it's gonna be Kino. I trust Benny enough.
It's just like it's The Rock.
I
It's
know,
like the hard thing.
but like
yeah, I can hear
Benny-
that.
It
I'm
could
just
be
doing
Benny.
some ASMR.
Yeah.
Could be Benny, man. Could be Benny to finally break Dwayne into something good.
We'll see.
Could be the
We'll
first
see.
good Dwayne performance ever.
We'll see.
We will see.
We can break into the ASMR fan base.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Speaking of the curse, though, this isn't really a spoiler, but I love how much that show like tiptoes like the line of supernatural a little
Mhm.
bit.
Yeah.
Those early
Even that first
episodes.
episode,
Yeah.
you're like, this kid isn't cursing him.
Yeah.
But the whole
Yeah.
rest of it, you're like,
It tiptoes that line, and like Nathan Fielder, they're doing an interview with Chris Nolan, and they're talking about just how
that
like
for the moderated.
and Nathan was kind of talking about the inspiration of the show, how
Was
this
cursed.
homeless person asked him for money, and
Yeah.
Nathan didn't have any money, and they said they put a curse on him. And just Benny was talking about how like everything that happened in your life after that, regardless of if curses are real, everything bad that will happen
You
could
can
be
blame
attributed
that.
to that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of this idea of this self-fulfilling prophecy. Almost.
Yeah.
that's kind of like
This
the
notion that's put
that
out
like
there.
the bad luck versus like good luck fallacy. Like if you're
Mhm.
looking out for
Mhm.
bad things,
Exactly.
you're
You'll
gonna
notice
assume-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love it in the context of this show of just following the worst people. You know,
Yes.
I think
it's
the
awesome.
soundtrack too adds so much to that.
It's
'Cause,
such
like,
a
as soon
safety
as-
soundtrack.
Such a
As
safety
soon as the little
soundtrack.
girl says like "I curse you,"
Yeah.
the soundtrack just
Yeah, it's like
Aw,
electric
Nathan's
wave.
like,
It's
"What?"
so good.
And they're doing that like telephoto lens
Yeah,
from
building
super
on
far
it.
away.
They're all
Oh.
the film is shot on, or the show is shot on these telefilm lens, and
Yeah.
they're shooting it at an incredibly high ISO as well.
So everything feels
Everything is just
grime.
like it's just weird.
everything
grimy.
feels wrong.
Yeah.
I was
It's
saying-
not what
it feels
actual TV should feel
voyeuristic.
like.
It feels
Yeah.
very voyeuristic.
Like we shouldn't be seeing this.
And
Yeah.
so much of that show is we should not be seeing
Yeah.
this. Like that first episode with the cherry tomato boys. Oh, it's awesome.
I was kind of saying it feels like the whole show is shot by paparazzi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Following these celebrities
Yeah.
around.
And I just haven't seen a show like that. That
Like-
doesn't. It's not in your face about it either.
Yeah.
It's not like all like hand cameras. Like it's
Yeah.
everything is just very intentional and like it's just perfect.
It's
Yeah.
one of my
What a
favorite
show.
shows ever already.
You're watching these
And-
people squirm around things.
Yeah.
As you're seeing.
I
these-
highly recommend it.
Nathan Fielder, Canadian Goat, Emma Watson, amazing. Or Emma Stone,
Stone.
sorry.
Emma,
She's-
Emma Watson also great.
also great.
Yeah, Emma Stone, that's so
Emma
good in
Stone's
this
great.
show. She
I
has
loved,
such a good fake smile. It's amazing.
Yeah, just
Emma
like
Stone is
dead
just-
eyes, right?
Yeah,
You can-
yeah, no light in
Yeah.
those eyes.
There's so much great stuff with the white like guilt.
Yeah, the themes of
And-
that show, white
and
guilt,
talking to indigenous artists and being
yeah.
like, oh yeah, I'm
I
just
feel
like
like
you.
Emma
There's some
Stone's
great,
kind of
great
just like
lines.
gotten onto the radar. Like I didn't see a lot or really know a
No.
lot about Emma Stone.
she's been
Emma
around.
Stone's been around.
She's been around, and I'm like, oh, like I
Emma
like
Stone's
Emma
been in
Stone.
like consistently really good stuff.
It's funny, right?
Yeah.
After I watched Poor Things, I just happened to start watching Superbad, and I completely forgot
Yeah.
she was in that.
Yeah.
You know, it was a
no, but she's in
wild double
that.
feature.
She's in La La Land, Birdman. She's
been
in The
around.
Favorite. The Favorite's
iCarly.
really
Watch
good.
Those. iCarly.
iCarly.
She's been around.
No,
She's
because I feel like
one
I've
of the best
seen a lot
actresses
of.
working.
I would say so.
I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of her like early career stuff, like Superbad, iCarly,
Easy
and
A.
I'm like, okay, this is just like a regular actress you'll see in the occasional
She's
movie.
Yeah.
but
great
like
in Superbad
in the
too.
last probably like 5 or more, no, more than 5. Like
I would say like last even eight
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
she's
been
been in-
popping off.
have you guys?
She
I was
nominated?
recommending Maniac to.
Yeah, she's been nominated.
to Ethan. I almost called you Carson.
Oh yeah, Maniac. Maniac made me sick.
I gotta watch Maniac.
I loved Maniac.
Yeah,
so
that's
good.
the show with Jonah Hill.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah,
That made you sick.
I was watching it and I think I was getting sick already, and just like I watched all of it in one day. and
Oh,
by
yeah,
the end was like I'm physically
The
ill.
curse would do that to you too.
I
Yeah.
feel like the curse would do that. I loved Maniac.
I liked Maniac as well.
Yeah. I felt very empowered by it. Even though the ending's kind of like, we can cure schizophrenia.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
That's not really spoilers.
No,
is it?
I think the concept of the show is bigger than that. So
Yeah,
it's-
but I just think it's like it just kind of implies. that,
Yeah,
like, we
it's a
cured
little-
schizophrenia. It's a
We
little-
did it,
It's a
guys.
little goofy.
It's got
but-
that nice like 1960s future aesthetic as well.
Yeah,
it's really
retro futurism.
Yeah.
Love some retrofuturism.
a little bit of like Severance vibes. If you've seen that show,
I've
I
not.
love the
So
the
many shows to
VR,
watch.
the VR scene. With,
I
like, the-
haven't seen it since it came out. I don't remember.
You don't
it
remember?
super
It's
well.
right. It's right near the start. I'll try to avoid spoilers. It's like the one scientist guy who like created the whole experiment.
Okay.
And they go to his house to go like, I guess find him. They need him. He's been kicked off the project, and he's like in his room playing a porn game in VR. And they've got all like the retro VR, because I think they've had VR since like the 90s.
Yeah.
So he's got like the retro like 90s type VR stuff,
Even
and he's
the
got
80s.
a thing on his junk that's
Yep. Yeah.
that's doing what the people are doing to him in VR.
Okay.
That's fun.
Well, shout out the Maniac.
Shout
fun
out
little-
Maniac.
Shout out the
Shout out
Curse.
Emma Stone.
Nathan Fielder,
Speaking of Emma
Canadian Goat.
Yeah.
Just real quick before we pivot to Poor Things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've binged all of Nathan Fielder's shows pretty much now.
Yeah.
Went through all the rehearsal, halfway through Nathan for You.
What's the rehearsal about?
It's a lot.
Recreating life for anxious people.
Yeah.
Basically. And what I want to say is Nathan Fielder is so goated. Each one of those shows is like on my top 15 best shows of all time. They're so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is such a talented guy, and I
Love the frozen yogurt app.
oh, it's so good, man. My favorite episode, Nathan for You, is for sure the gas rebate episode. So
Yeah.
good.
Make him climb the mountain.
That's
Shout
one
out
of the-
Nathan Fielder. Want to see him do more stuff in film with Safties.
Want to see him on
Yeah.
the pod.
Gotta
Want
see
to
him
see
on
him
the pod.
pod.
Open door.
Open door, Nathan. This is
Yeah.
a call
Go in
for
the
you.
tags of the video and put like Nathan Fielder.
Hashtag Nathan Fielder.
Every Nathan Fielder show, every project he's been in.
I'll
Yeah.
start doing that on the Instagram post.
Start
we
harassing.
love Nathan Fielder.
We love Nathan Fielder.
He's
Get him to-
on my official Canadian Goats list now. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, he's Canadian?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Graduated the top of a Canadian business school with
One
really
of
good
Canada's
grades.
best business schools. He went to high school with Seth Rogen.
He did. They're homies.
Thought you were gonna say he went to high school with me.
Yeah, me and
That'd be
Nathan
pretty cool.
Fielder.
That'd be
Yeah,
pretty
he went
cool.
to Hunting Hills.
Yeah.
Shout out Nathan Fielder. He's giving Cronenberg a run for his money. Is all I'm saying in my favorite
Exactly.
Canadians list.
Yeah. It's great.
And Emma Stone is also pretty
Also
good.
great.
Yeah.
Also a
And
Canadian goat.
a
Whoa.
completely different
Whoa.
performance.
She's not Canadian. I lied.
No.
I don't think.
I think
Um,
she's American.
Fuck that, dude. Lame.
Honorarily Canadian.
Honorary Canadian.
We give her
Emma
Canadian
Stone.
citizenship.
Yeah.
She was
Critterpit
in a good
accepts her as a
film.
Canadian.
You want an intro?
Poor things.
Yeah.
Poor things,
Baby
poop
brain.
things. Baby brain.
Baby brain.
We love
Spoiler.
Poor Things. We love Poor Things. My biggest regret in life is giving Poor Things 4.5 stars on Letterboxd. Deserved 5.
Deserved 3.
My favorite review on Letterboxd, though, is
What?
that one.
Is my review of it?
I
Yeah.
love Graham's review of
Should we
Poor
pull up
Things.
Graham's review?
I have it recited verbatim.
Yeah,
Recite it.
my review
It's
is
what the fuck am I? I love that review, especially with the full lore context, because me and Graham saw that film together and had a
Yeah.
2-hour discussion after
Yeah.
that film
You guys
About-
should have been recording it for the
about
pit. What were you
just
doing?
how we made it feel about ourselves and our relationship to
Yeah.
society.
Yeah.
It's a fucking crazy one.
Yeah. Should we
You
get
wanna-
into a little bit of the plot?
You want to intro it?
a little bit of the plot. So, Poor Things. It's kind of a take on Frankenstein. It's
A little
based on a
bit, yeah.
book.
Mm-hmm.
I think the book was also written by a dude.
Yep.
Yep.
A Scottish man.
Scottish man.
Shout out. We gotta
That's
talk
Scotland.
about Robbie
Love
Burns at some
Scotland.
point after
Yeah,
this.
Robbie Burns after this.
Yeah. Scottish.
Scottish. Ain't they?
Haggis.
Yeah, there's a lot of criticism about that because it's a very it's like a very like feminist film, but a lot of people are like a guy made this movie
Yeah.
and a guy
It's a
wrote
lot
the
of
book.
discourse.
Yeah.
But I think it's really well done.
It
Better
is.
than Barbie.
I think there is a lot of valid criticism there with the perspectives and everything.
But what's
For
it
sure,
about?
but-
What would you say
yeah,
it's
what?
about?
yeah,
Wanna
yeah,
intro
yeah.
the film?
Sorry. It's so it's kind of a take on Frankenstein. We're in, I'd say it's like the past, kind of
Yeah. It's like a
Retrofuturism.
fairy.
kind of like
Fairy tale.
industrial, so maybe
Steampunk.
still like
Yeah,
Victorian,
just
but it's
about.
like it's still
Probably
industrial society.
18.
So it's about
70s?
Jerskin
Yeah.
Fendrix. He plays. sorry. No, there's this guy Godwin. They all call him God for short, which I
Yep.
think is
It's
just
great.
It's
Very
great.
funny detail.
Yeah, because
Willem
he's
Dafoe's-
creating life.
Yep.
He's basically
Yes.
our Dr. Frankenstein.
Yep.
And he is this scary looking man. Got crazy face scars.
Yep.
He has no stomach. He can't produce his own stomach acid.
Yeah, because his father took out
Yeah.
his stomach.
He's been
He's
experimenting on his whole
an
life.
experiment in
Yep.
and of himself.
Yep.
And he
himself.
loves science, so he continues that experimentation, and doesn't really
On
have the
animals
same.
mostly, it seems.
Yeah, love the
mostly
animals.
yeah.
Yep.
But he seems to be kind of lacking that moral grounds that
Yeah.
most people have.
Yeah. He doesn't understand.
He's like
Morality,
a very
gender.
stereotypical mad scientist archetype.
Yes.
With a dash of empathy later on.
Yeah.
But he's awesome.
Yeah, I love him.
But-
Love Godwin.
What does he do?
He is this spoilers? You figured this out.
We're spoiler discussion.
Kind of late into the movie. Fine with spoilers?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've all seen it.
Yeah.
So, well, we've all seen it, but the viewers may not have. And
But I feel like we're not even at a spoiler point yet.
okay, if you're, this is spoilers. This is like
We're
20,
spoiling. What are
30
you about
minutes
to
into
say?
the
We
movie.
spoiling it.
Well, what he does that kind of
Creates
kickstarts
life.
the
He
movie.
takes Emma Stone's
not a
corpse,
spoiler.
who just killed herself.
Okay, so Emma Stone
And
at the
swaps
start
her
of the
brain
movie,
for her
you don't see her
unborn
face. You don't know for
fetuses.
sure it's Emma Stone, but
Okay. If you didn't
We don't
figure
need to
that out.
Numbers.
she jumps
run
off
by-
a bridge.
Yeah,
That's the
number by
opening shot of
number.
the movie.
Yeah, the
she jumps off
opening-
the bridge. Godwin, he finds out
Brings
she's
her back to
pregnant.
life.
Her fetus, or I guess it's not a fetus anymore. It's a full-grown baby in her stomach. Is still alive. So he pulls it out, takes out her brain,
Yep.
puts the baby brain into
Baby brain.
Emma Stone.
Baby brained.
Well, what's her actual? I don't know what her actual name is, but
I don't remember.
yeah, not even that important. Like Emma Stone's actual.
Yeah. Her.
They mention it like twice in the whole movie.
Yeah. Somebody
It's like
refers to
Bella,
her
I
as it.
think.
Well, no,
Bella
but-
is who she is.
Yeah, because
Oh, her
Godwin
actual
renames
name.
her
Yeah.
to Bella Baxter.
Bella
'cause His
Baxter.
name's
Yeah.
Godwin Baxter.
But yeah, what's her actual name?
Does
I
not
guess.
matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Does not matter.
That's who she is for the purpose of the story.
Film
She's
just-
only for maybe like 5 seconds. She's the other girl in the whole movie.
Yeah.
He just follows her adventures.
Yeah, she.
It's kind of Beau is
So she's-
Afraid
it's
in that
a-
structure.
Yeah, felt very reminiscent of Beau is Afraid.
Just kind of a mentally challenged character
Just
running
an
around.
odyssey, yeah.
An odyssey through the fucked up
World.
abysses of the world and an
through-
eventual confrontation with your parents.
Yeah.
parental
Yeah, so
figure.
it kind of opens. There's a guy he
Just like
really
Beau is Afraid.
admires Godwin, and he goes, "Hey, I need you to
Max McCandles.
Yeah.
Max
Love the
McCandles." I
alliteration.
didn't even remember his name, but
Played by Rami Youssef. Is
Yeah.
that?
yeah, I liked him.
I like him a
He's
lot
dope.
as well.
He was, I think,
It's
a
kind of a
character
small
that-
role in the film.
Mhm.
character that me and Ethan felt was meant to represent us.
Whoa.
I think so. I don't
Uh,
think you could like
The
say,
student
like, Oh, he's
character?
exactly like me. He's still a bad person, but
Yeah.
Talking to the mic.
Sorry.
It's okay.
So
Represent
Yeah.
us.
I feel like
He's the entry point into this world.
Yeah.
I mean, he's I
Like,
would say the most regular person.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I would say. He's the most
Yeah.
baseline person, but
Yeah.
still an awful guy. I'd say.
yeah, everyone in the movie's pretty awful
Yeah.
except Bella, but
Because they're
Yeah,
all
Bella's innocent.
sexually going after baby brain.
Baby
Yeah,
brain.
and he knows
Which
it's
is
baby
where the
brain.
crux of the criticism of the film comes from, and just its exploration of feminism and
Well,
the relationships to men.
And a lot of the movie is told through like sexuality and through
Mhm.
Bella's like discovery of sexuality, addiction to sex, and
Mhm.
then just realizing her own sexuality, I guess.
Yeah,
which
so-
many people have criticized as a flawed way to look at empowerment and feminism.
I don't. Yeah,
But
I
I-
mean,
I-
we're three like guys talking
That's why I'm
about
saying
this.
how
It's a
cringy
little.
this is going to come
So-
across.
Yeah,
but like,
it's hard for us
What's his
to,
name,
to
Max
say
McCandles?
definitively.
but I'd say the film, it's less about her like finding empowerment, or more her just like how patriarchy set up and how
Yeah, exactly.
these systems are
This is-
used to crush women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And like the first character that she meets outside of the workshop is like immediately infatuated with her, right? And it's like,
yeah.
oh, I'm going to have sex. Like Mark Ruffalo's character. I mean,
Best
Yeah,
character
yeah,
ever.
yeah.
going,
So
like,
much fun.
He just comes in and is immediately like, I'm going to have sex with her. Like,
yeah, it's
I-
not.
and I don't think that
she has
that's
very little initiative throughout the film. And
Yeah.
when she does start making choices like going to prostitute herself,
Exactly.
it's not purely her decision because it's an economic must, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of do that or die.
and
at
she
that
doesn't.
point.
Yeah, it's not like she sexualizes herself in that way, right? It's not.
Mm.
It's not done for like these purposes like maybe a 1950s movie or something would for the enjoyment of men or like like, it didn't feel like
Yeah.
They're
exploitative.
gross scenes.
They're
right?
gross
They're
scenes
not
and they're
sexy.
they're meant to be gross and like
Yeah, because it's
I mean, I
exploitation.
would not
especially
at
with
all
Mark
say that
Ruffalo,
the
they're
movie is
just-
like for men, because the movie, as a man, the movie
Yeah.
made me feel really gross the entire time.
Yeah,
I was like,
and
damn.
it's
yeah.
purposely set up to be very uncomfortable
Yeah.
and in your face. But I do definitely empathize with criticisms of this film and the way it goes about itself.
Yeah, I
Depends
mean, the
on
fact that they
criticism.
actually put a baby
Yeah,
brain
there's
into
some
Emma
crazy
Stone's brain is
letterbox
pretty
reviews
crazy.
that like frame what this movie did as if they actually did these crimes to a woman.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it sets it up as if, that's the issue. They actually did these things.
And the
Yeah.
point I
Which is
always bring
crazy.
up with that is that it's like this is not a moral grounds that like exists in real life.
No.
So
Yeah.
you can't
it's
just
a hypothetical.
like. I mean, you can say there's definitely issues with it in
For sure.
aspects of it
It's a
that we can
flawed
relate to our
film,
real
I
life.
think.
You can say there's moral issues with this, but
It's a movie that
as a
makes
whole,
you
it's
reflect on it, and it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
what you take away from these things. If you look at it and you're like, "Oh, sexy baby," it's like, well,
Yeah.
what are you
There's-
putting onto the film? I don't think the film is like
speed
Yeah.
run the
giving
rest
that
of the
to you.
plot.
And also, there's like kind of a notion that, like, there seems to be this through line that feel like people want the film in its form, in its content, to criticize these things, like, reflexively. But like, I feel like I don't know. I don't think that's necessary. I feel like what's happening is so obviously bad.
Yeah.
the film doesn't need
It
to
doesn't
stop.
need the
Yeah.
speech in the
It's
middle
like-
saying these things are bad. Like
and I
it,
know.
and that's a
yeah.
lot of people's. I know.
It's gonna be-
baby-brained women.
Yeah, exactly.
Bad.
And this could be the
And
most
the audience
film
claps.
podcast statement ever, but there's this Scorsese quote about how, like, in his films, he doesn't feel the need to, like, criticize what happens, all these awful characters within the film, because it's obviously awful and evil. But
Well,
then
tell that to Killers of the Flower Moon, where
Yeah.
he literally goes in.
that's true, and that's
I
kind of
did-
like him commenting on
I
his
think-
own form, because you've seen all
Yeah.
his films get repurposed for this awful, toxic,
Yeah,
masculine
Wolf of
mindset.
Wall Street, I think, is
Wolf of
one
Wall
of the
Street,
biggest
Goodfellas,
examples.
right?
I
have
did,
all
yeah,
been
I did talk about
repurposed.
this.
even Casino.
I did talk about this with Ethan slightly, but a criticism I heard, shout out to my sister, but a criticism of Killers of the Flower Moon was that it, I don't think it's an egregious example of it, but it does kind of fall into that trauma tourism hole.
But
think
where-
it's
I mean,
valid.
is that like true of any movie, like about any conflict? Like if you have like a movie about World
No,
War
'cause-
II, or like
So the video I saw about trauma tourism, it
Okay.
talked about Get Out from Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
And was like, this is a great movie. It kind of explores some of these issues. It deals with them mostly with humor.
yeah,
And it's a horror movie. But once Get Out came out, suddenly a bunch of directors and studios were like, we need to make racial horror about like the
okay,
about Black
Antebellum.
history in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
United States
Like the
and in
Candyman.
Canada even. But
yeah,
yeah, so you started getting these. I think there's one called Antebellum,
Yep.
where that one was a pretty egregious example, where the whole movie is like this woman gets kidnapped, and then she ends up. It's like
Yeah.
it's in modern day, but she ends up like it seems like it's like the 1800s.
Yeah.
and she's on a plantation, and there's people getting tortured and killed. All the other slaves on this plantation. And then right at the end of the movie, you find out, oh, still in modern day. This is actually just
the twist,
big
Whoa.
twist at the end. This is a
sweatshop.
no, it's a like Confederate War like reenactment place. So they're like reenacting
What?
like
yeah.
in the what's it called?
Yeah, reenactment.
What's the Confederate War called?
The Civil War.
Civil War. Sorry, yeah, I
The
couldn't, I couldn't
Confederate
think.
War.
Couldn't think of it with the Confederates. Yeah,
And those other
it's
guys.
a Civil War reenactment kind of plot of land, but they're like actually capturing black people and forcing them to be slaves
Okay.
for realism, I guess.
Yeah.
And the criticism on that
crazy.
was like they should have revealed this twist right at the start of the movie and then
Yeah, it's an
shown
escape
them-
movie.
Yeah, but it's like right at the end they figure it out.
How would the people like? Somebody would have said like any
Yeah.
of the people that were working.
Yeah, but it's
working,
like
you know,
these
that's in
films aren't
quotations.
made for
been kidnapped.
these like marginalized groups.
No.
Marginalized groups are going to watch these movies and go like, this is fucking awful. I don't want to witness this like
Very
historical trauma.
tra-
This is for
triggering,
white people to go,
sensitive.
oh, look how awful this was.
Which is a
Yeah, but
somewhat
I
valid
think,
concern.
Yeah,
but,
I do think it's still an important like you need to have
yeah,
that
exactly.
like story
And
told.
Yeah.
Right?
Killers is told in the most respectful kind of
Yeah, I think Killers
way.
it slightly falls into that
collaboration.
trauma tourism,
Yeah,
but I
no.
think it's not an egregious example of it, like Antebellum would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Killers is like done in collaboration so much with the
Yeah,
community,
with the community.
too, so it's hard
Yeah.
to level that criticism against
Exactly,
it when
yeah.
And
it's
I-
literally
as well, the film
marginalized group
the film
making
also
it.
realizes that it falls into that. And
Yes.
it criticizes itself at the end.
Yes.
With that
Yeah.
little ending scene.
Probably one of Scorsese's
most-
most mature films.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just most powerful like ending,
Yeah.
maybe like ever.
And
like,
in all of its violence too, it's not in a glamorous Goodfellas cut to music way. It's
No,
just
it's very
point and
straightforward.
blank. But there's a whole Killers conversation. Go watch the Killers.
go watch the Killers app.
Watch the Killers app.
Poor Things.
Well, Graham
Anyway,
wasn't on the Killers
so
app,
next
so
in
that-
Poor
it's good to have
Things,
it's too early.
Yeah.
I'll speed run the rest of the plot. So, what's his name? Max McCandles.
Mhm.
He comes to research and take notes on Baby Brain, Bella Baxter.
Baby brain.
Finds out she's
And-
baby brained.
Finds out she's baby brained.
Wants to marry baby brain.
Well, no,
Yeah.
not like immediately.
He
It's
pretty
it's-
much immediately wants to marry baby brain.
We're speed
Well,
running.
he does.
We're
He does
speedrunning.
think she's beautiful. He does give a hard R.
Does give a hard
Linus
R.
Tech Tips
They get-
hard R, not a.
He proposes marriage before she leaves, right?
Yeah.
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 But that's only because Godwin like confronts him about how he's clearly attracted to her, and is like,
You
"You should
freak."
marry her."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's attracted to her too. They're all freaks. Every
Yeah,
man
they're
in
all
this movie
freaks.
is a freak.
They freaks.
And she runs off with Mark Ruffalo, the lawyer. They have a little sex voyage over
Yep.
the world in Lisbon, and
Mark
crew.
Ruffalo gives just the
And Mark
best
Ruffalo,
performance
he plays
ever.
himself
Yeah, Mark
in the movie
Ruffalo plays himself,
Yeah.
and it's so much fun.
It's
There's
so
a
fun.
dancing sequence
with
which has
Jerkin
a cameo,
Fredericks,
from Jerk and Fredericks,
He did the
and it's like
soundtrack.
the best dance scene maybe in all cinema.
Such a great. I mean, speaking a little bit of the soundtrack as well.
Yeah.
Like incredible score.
Oh,
Just
so
like
much
the
fun.
uneasiness that comes from like the top and bottom notes. It's just
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
Yeah, like this is a
Just
very maximalist film, and you see that
Absolutely.
in every
and the score
Every
does
aspect.
the
score
set
does
design,
evolve too.
It does.
the
yeah.
little
Yeah.
creatures that run around there, mixes of like
Yeah.
ducks and dogs,
Yeah.
and the score and the sets with crazy LED screens and like really looping and curvy architecture, so unreal.
Yep.
And it's like such a steampunk world, right? Like there's this one horse carriage, which is a car with just
That's
a horse.
Godwin's
Yeah.
horse
Yeah,
carriage.
which just has a
carriage.
horse mounted on the front of it.
Yeah.
Horse's head.
Horse's
Even like
head.
the boat that Mark Ruffalo
Yeah.
and her take. It's such a
Unreal.
cartoony shape.
Yeah, it's
so
awesome.
fun.
It's such a maximalist film. It's
It
amazing.
reminded me a lot of like Terry Gilliam kind of vibes, like
Yeah,
Aaron Munchausen
yeah,
and
yeah.
even Brazil to an extent.
It's real fun.
Yeah,
It's a great time just
great
to look
skies. Yeah,
at. And yeah, the film just follows her kind of having sex with a lot of people.
journey of self-realization.
Yeah,
Know
and kind of just
thyself.
finding out how the world works, and
Yep.
leading eventually that confrontation with Godwin,
With
where
God.
she finds out what she is.
Well, there's also like the two hedonists she meets.
Yeah, well, one's a cynic.
Yeah,
One's a cynic. I would say they're both hedonists though. Like he's a cynic, but he's still about maximizing the pleasure in his life.
yeah.
Certainly, but cynic is his main
Yeah.
MO.
That's what he says.
And
Yeah,
I mean that old woman is definitely hedonist.
she's
Yeah.
fun.
She's
really
like,
fun.
yes, please throw me off the boat.
Yeah.
It's such a fun way to die.
Yeah,
Yeah, and through her relationship with Mark Ruffalo, he just becomes more and more unhinged as she just does not want to be with him.
as she grows up.
Yeah, she literally grows up, and he gets so in love with her because this is probably the first woman that he's had kind of like come out from under his thumb. You
Yeah.
know, she's thrown him away, not the other way around, and it just
Yeah.
drives him mad.
It does.
Yeah. What does he call her?
Bella.
Besides, what does he call her besides a cunt?
Oh.
She devil or something like.
Calls her a
Yeah,
lot,
like a lot of
Yeah.
things.
a witch
Yeah,
and
witch.
everything. She
Very
eventually
superstitious.
they end up in Paris with no money after going around the world. He kidnaps her onto a cruise at one point.
Yeah.
And that's where she finds herself at a brothel just to make ends meet because, you know, they're
Yep.
Yeah,
penniless.
because he stole all the money from her.
And
yeah, the
Well,
only
she
money
technically
she-
stole all the money from him.
Yeah.
Good.
she
She is kind of the villain of this film.
yeah.
She is kind of a she devil.
I kind of see where he's coming
Yeah, this
from.
is
I
kind of. I think
understand
Mark
a little,
Ruffalo
but-
should be nominated over Emma Stone personally at the Oscars.
Absolutely.
Follow Barbies.
No, you
Lead.
hit the wrong button.
I hit the
You
drum,
You hit the.
the clap.
Can you hit them all at once?
I don't know. No, I can only hit one at a time.
That'd be
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, it's a crazy film. Real great.
Really great. Yeah, Emma Stone's performance, like from beginning to end, she just has a fantastic transformation.
Yeah.
Like from literally learning to walk to being a more fully realized person.
I'd say the film is only an 8 out of 10 for me. I empathize with some criticisms with it and just its subject matter and how it's told, but like it's so hard to deny how flawless the execution of the visual look of the film is. So amazing.
It's such a unique
we
visual
haven't
look
even
as
mentioned
well.
the fisheye lenses.
Yeah,
so
I
many
was
like
just thinking about
wide
that.
lenses.
That's a
It's
Yorgos staple.
awesome.
I almost felt
balls out with this
I,
film.
I
Yeah.
feel like they may have messed with some 360 cameras on this movie.
I could see
there was
that.
a few shots that looked like they were 360 cams.
With the fisheye, like, do you mean?
well, with the fisheye, but there was some that like the camera looked like it was placed in the middle of the room.
I wonder.
and
That'd be
They
sick.
did like a 360 cam.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could also see that just being a fisheye lens. But
Yeah,
I got a magazine
swivel.
from my parents for Christmas, like Kino Lorber, I think.
mhm.
yeah.
And
They make some good DVDs. I think I have a Kino Lorber.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
they did-
Who was Harry Kellerman, and why is he trying to kill me? Not a very good movie, but
I didn't know they did DVDs. From what I read in the
Kino Lorber.
From what I read in the magazine, it seemed like it was not doing well. They were like, "This might be our last issue."
Oh,
Really?
The
That's
editor's
surprising.
note.
They have
The
so many
editor's-
movies.
The editor's
just
note was
release
like,
everything.
"Yeah, this is just me doing this magazine. This might be our last issue."
Oh,
Like-
that's sad. I hope they keep it going online, if not physical.
you should give this to me if you ever watch Power of the Dog and Sound of Metal.
Yeah.
You don't want this movie. It's not that good.
Oh, never mind. It looked interesting.
But
I know
they-
that's why I bought it.
yeah.
They were talking about a lot of like smaller directors in it, and there was one director.
Yorgos guy.
That's
yeah, Yorgos very
he's
small
coming up.
director.
yeah.
No, but
Have you seen The
there was one
Lobster?
director, and he shoots
weird Greek movie.
exclusively with like 360 cams. He just places them in the center of the room.
Yeah.
And
That's real
Did
interesting.
you guys see the trailer for Harmony Korine's new movie? The movie that he filmed entirely in infrared with Travis Scott.
Fuck.
no,
He's showing it like strip clubs and stuff now. It's
that's
like,
cool.
It's awesome,
It-
though.
Let's go to the strip club and watch
Let's
it.
get-
yeah, I don't know.
Critterpit at the Rippers.
I don't like Harmony Korine. I think
What's he done? He did Gummo.
Gummo.
And
That's his
the
big
school
movie.
shooting
Spring Breakers.
one. You do
the
school
Beach Bum.
Did he do
He
school
might
sh-
have. That wouldn't surprise me. He's
I forget what
a
the
weird
movie
guy. He was part of
was.
the Pussy Posse, which is weird.
What's the Pussy Posse?
That's like Leo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, David Blaine. It's like these like 90s like guys.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just the hot guys of the 90s.
Yeah, exactly. And
Nice.
Harmony Korine.
And Harmony Korine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what was it?
He might have
Oh.
produced Kids. That's where I'm
Okay.
kind of familiar with him from.
Yeah.
Produced
Kids.
Kids. He's married.
Kids is a crazy, crazy movie from the 90s.
Wait, that was
Don't know if
that's
it's
the one
good.
directed by. No, never mind. No.
Don't know
I
if
was
it's
thinking
good.
mid-90s.
Okay.
I was thinking mid 90s.
Recommend?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I'd say it's better than mid 90s. I'd say it has a lot more teeth than mid 90s. That's kind of mid 90s issue. Is it's just a toothless kind of nothing movie.
Yeah, I think it
It's
has
fun.
some like
It's good.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like it's a nostalgic movie for me, even though it's still kind of new.
Mhm.
But it's I
Just
like that movie.
toothless. Kids is
Talked
It has,
about
like,
this-
a
I think we
little
talked about this
tiny-
last episode.
Tiny good message, I think.
oh, it has a good message.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
nothing. kind of sometimes.
I agree. Like it. Yeah.
That ending.
People.
ugh,
Nobody's gonna be
egregious.
watching mid '90s in like
That ending's
20 years.
egregious. Kids, for better or worse,
end
is a
nice.
gnarled,
The end is
sharp,
nice.
toothed version of mid 90s.
I like
good
mid
and-
'90s because it's so soft. Because they all
Watch kids to feel awful and gross
No,
and dirty.
no, I don't want that.
Don't know if it's good. The way I watched that movie is I got that copy of the DVD from like a 50-year-old coworker. So that is the perfect
That seems like
way
the
to
only
watch
way
that.
that you should be able to watch a movie
That
like
movie.
He
that.
was like, I was alive during the mid 90s. Were you?
He loves that movie too.
Kids. All right. Well, shout out.
Oh, kids. No,
Official
mid-nineties, I guess.
recommendation.
No shout out
From
to
Ethan.
mid-90s.
Anyway, yeah, this Kino Lorber, it's all like these really small directors from like across the world, but I forget what the movie
Steven
series was
Spielberg.
called. He made two of these movies. The first one, I forget. I wish I knew the name. I think it's like Surge, something like People Surge or something.
Surge, the lead singer of System of a
No,
Down.
no,
Sergio Leone.
Sergio Leone.
no. It's like the movie title is called like People Surge or something. I don't remember, but
Okay.
he
Comment
made
in
a
the
first
comments
one,
if you
can
and then
remember
the
what the
second
name is.
movie is like People Surge 3. He skipped the second one.
It's like Troll 2.
But neither of
There's
them
no
really
Troll
have
one.
a plot. They're just kind of like people living their lives around the world.
Okay.
And entirely shot on 360 cams.
Hell yeah.
Placed in the middle
Well,
of the room.
Critters, let us know.
So
That's
how
a poor
are
thing.
those movies released? Are they like
360.
on YouTube? You can like
I don't
scroll
know.
around with them, or like
I was reading this and I'm like, I don't know how I don't think I would ever watch any of these movies, even
Yeah.
having read them and like seeing how cool they seem.
Yeah.
I still don't think I'm ever gonna watch any of these.
there's just too many movies out there.
Yeah.
Would a 360 movie start going into the realm of being like more video game than
No,
movie?
no. You can't control the 360.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
the
You can't
look
director has
around?
edited it, so it's like a fisheye, and you get all these weird artifacts from the 360
Oh.
cam.
Because then
And they've
They'd
selected
put the
where
whole
camera-
360 thing. Oh.
No, you don't see the whole 360. Like it's
would
Okay,
they've
they don't
selected-
flatten the
They've
image.
selected a certain part of the screen and they move it around
I
to
see.
show action.
That's interesting.
would that be more video game or movie though? Because that's
'cause you
like
don't
No, it's
control
still
it.
no,
movie. You
like
don't have
that.
any.
What I'm thinking of, a fully
Oh.
360 movie. Because that's like
Well, how
almost-
about something like the Choose Your Own Adventure movies, like Bandersnatch, right? Where, like, is that?
I'd say those
I
are
think
kind of
Bandersnatch
video game.
kind of
Yeah.
But
falls
Bandersnatch
into
sucks.
video game.
Bandersnatch sucks.
What?
It sucks, dude.
Dude, Ethan's gonna
Ethan.
get kicked off the
You
pod.
remember when we watched Bandersnatch
I
at
don't
Jake's?
think I was there.
I think you were.
I don't know. I don't remember.
That might have
doing
been a Matt
Bandersnatch. Yeah.
It's we,
I've done
we went
Bandersnatch
through it
once.
over and over, and it sucked. It was so lame.
Yeah. I mean, I can't disagree.
It's
I-
not my favorite. It's not the best
Yeah.
It
thing
was
I've
a
ever
weak,
seen, but
weak
it's
version of
fun.
that concept.
I love that
What's the
Weak.
best
ending
version of
where-
that concept you've seen? Because the only other one I've done is the Puss in Boots
It's probably
Netflix
better.
version.
It was probably better.
sucks. It's terrible.
Oh,
But regardless, Poor Thing's pretty good.
Yeah,
Eight out
I
of
gave
10.
it a 9.
yeah.
I watched it. I
should
went
give
to
it a
that
10.
movie with my mom,
Should give it a
Nice.
10.
in
That's the way
theaters.
to see it.
and the audience was great. Everybody was hooting and hollering and
Oh,
clapping.
our
It was
audience.
really
good
fun.
audience too.
Our audience.
Yeah.
There was like maybe 20 people in the theater.
It's
Yeah.
They
not
were
too
all
bad for
couples
Red
except
Deer.
for me and me and Ethan.
We're a couple.
Yeah, you
It's
can.
perfect.
A couple of guys, a
And,
couple of dudes.
Couple dudes,
Couple
couple
of
critters.
gays.
There was
Yeah.
like there was a couple like in their maybe 50s or 60s watching.
Hmm.
You couldn't hear them, but they were started whispering throughout the second half of the movie, and they were like, "Oh, I think this guy like is actually this person." And they were like theorizing what they thought the movie was, and then
The
according to
theories, right?
Ethan, one of them said like they hated it when they walked
Oh
out.
yeah, on the way out, I heard one of the guy, like he grumbled kind of upsetly, like 2.5, which I assume is the rating, or might have been like how long the movie was. He's like, oh, 2.5.
2.5 hours.
So it was, if
2.5
you're
out of
listening
5,
out
2.
there, elderly gentleman,
Come on the
let us know.
pod. I'd love
Come on
to
the
talk to
pod,
you
yeah.
about why you didn't like Poor
Yeah.
Things.
Or maybe liked it, just didn't love the runtime.
But
We'll
yeah,
never
you
know.
could
Didn't
tell.
feel long, though.
You
That
could tell
wasn't-
people
That's a
were
short
really
one.
Yeah,
awkward during
That's a
it.
short 2.5.
Yeah.
There was some parts like a lot of the movie was it's so awkward. It's kind of like you don't know what to do, so you kind of laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was some people right behind us that were like, just like hysterically laughing. They were like, "This is the funniest thing I've ever
It's
seen."
a pretty funny movie.
Yeah.
It is pretty funny, but some of the stuff they were laughing at, I was like, "This isn't even funny. Why are you laughing?"
I feel that sometimes.
Yeah, but
It's
just
kinda
like
laughing
the
at it.
discomfort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Poor
when I saw
Things.
Parasite, right? That scene where like that lady falls down the stairs and slams really
Oh my
hard
God, yeah.
on the ground. I don't know if this was a discomfort laugh, but the guy behind me was like, "Oh!" like burst out laughing. So I don't know if he just enjoyed the damage there. Or
Maybe.
was uncomfortable, but
Got a bit of
I'd
if
love
you're
to see
out,
Parasite in
if
theaters
you're
again.
out there, man, let me know because I wonder about that a lot. Yeah, Poor Things at 8 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Need to rewatch.
Could be-
it.
could be a
wish,
10 on a
I wish I
rewatch.
rewatched
Yeah.
it with Jake.
Yeah, I wish
Instead
I
of
went
hanging
to.
out with me.
No, I'm glad I hanged out with Ethan that day instead of going with
For the
Jake.
record.
Because like I did watch
Oh,
it.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
If I rewatched it,
That
I
was
would have
on
had a
the
chance to
record.
Okay.
change my review on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
So,
We can always go see it again.
yeah.
I'd love
Is
to
it
see
still in
Poor Things
theaters?
again. Yep, I think so.
We'll be going to Carnival at some
It comes
point.
out in Carnival.
It'll
we
go to
should-
Carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah, good movie.
Good movie.
Should we pivot into Oscar discussion?
Yeah, we can do some. I prepared a top 10 list of the top 10 movies of 2023
I did not.
for me.
Oh, I did not either.
Yeah.
Lame.
Me too, as
Okay,
well.
we can
Tell
do
me
that some
too.
other time.
I can
come up with maybe my top 10.
scroll through 2023 movies that I liked.
Okay. Well, let's go through our Oscar ones, and when we get to Best Picture, maybe we'll each do kind of our top.
X and
Our
Pearl
own
both
top
came
10.
out 2022, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
All right, let's get into Oscar talk.
Oscar
Yay!
talk.
Oscar talk.
Only 50 minutes in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it felt like we were going for over an hour.
felt like a long episode.
I think it's because we spent that like
yeah, I spent a while
half hour
drawing.
drawing.
Yeah.
So
So I'm just going based on whatever the Oscars website order is. So we start with actor in a leading role, and the
Okay.
nominees are Bradley Cooper in Maestro,
Whoa, okay, I don't know.
Coleman Domingo in
Oh.
Rustin.
Sorry, this is actor, not actress.
Yeah, actor.
I forgot.
Paul
Oscars
Giamatti in The
don't-
Holdovers.
Don't consider.
Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer, and Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction. Now, I think for you guys, this will be a short conversation. I don't think that. I think Ethan only saw
I haven't-
Oppenheimer.
Cillian
at that
Murphy.
list.
I've
Yeah.
not seen a single one of these.
And
But-
movies.
Graham hasn't seen any. I've seen all of. I've seen
Yeah.
Holdovers, Oppenheimer, and American Fiction.
Okay,
I mean-
what can you tell me about the holdovers in American Fiction? Because I was
Holdovers
asking
is
Ethan
really
about-
good. Holdovers is like it's about a teacher who gets stuck like looking after the kids at a boarding school who don't go home over the Christmas break. And it's very funny. It's very good.
They're
Paul
the
Giamatti
Holdovers.
is great in it. Yeah, exactly. They're the Holdovers.
I feel like there was another movie about that, like an older movie, 80s or 90s. About a
I'm
bunch
sure
of
there is. Yeah.
a famous one. I can't think of what it is, but
It
my
has
dad was showing me.
it reminds me of Rushmore, that movie.
Maybe it was Rushmore. No.
Like it's just about like an adult and a kid kind of, bonding and finding out maybe we're not so different, you and I.
That sounds like Poor Things.
Yeah. And then American Fiction is about an author who is fed up with all of the like race bait kind of like work that's happening and decides to write his own version of that, where it's like it's very like stereotypical, black people in this case.
Okay.
And he becomes a best-selling author because of it. And I thought Jeffrey Wright was great in it, but I'm going to give my vote to Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers. I thought he was just fantastic.
I'm
I
gonna give.
definitely don't think Cillian's the best performance of the year for a male, but I think he did great in that movie.
Yeah,
I thought he really embodied. I'm reading through American Prometheus, and just hearing all the mannerisms of the real life Oppenheimer. Like, damn, Cillian really brought that through, and the
Yeah.
weight he lost to embody just that sickly man. Great stuff.
And I
So
think-
shout out to that.
I
Cigarette
think
to smoke
also
a
it's
man.
like Cillian Murphy was acting in this movie that was like based on a like amazing book about this crazy time in history.
yeah.
And like
He's-
the other movie that came out at the time was about a plastic girl with big boobs. Ha ha ha. With laugh track in.
We don't have a laugh track.
What
we only
award
have
ceremony
applause.
did the guy make that joke in?
Oh, that was Golden Globes.
Golden Globes.
Also, like,
God.
Carson was
Oppenheimer's
telling me about
such an iconic figure, and I think Cillian really embodied it
Yeah.
super well.
No,
with his-
I wouldn't be mad if he won.
Yeah, I think that's not a bad pick.
Who do you think is the best actor then this year for a lead?
Like
if
male
not him?
or female.
No, just male, I guess,
Male?
for this one.
I love the guy in Perfect Days.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was amazing.
Perfect Days got 0 noms.
I know.
I
No,
think
got one. Best
Bradley
best
Cooper.
international.
I don't know. I don't really like Bradley Cooper. I can't tell you why.
Yeah, I think that's what most people are feeling about Bradley Cooper
Yeah.
these days.
I don't know. Is
Wonder
there a reason
why.
why?
I don't want to say on the pod.
Okay. Okay. I just-
Anti-Semitism.
Okay.
Yeah, he
I
put
don't-
on a big
I don't
nose.
know about a lot about Bradley Cooper.
I have a whole Bradley Cooper theory.
Let's hear it.
I will say it off the pod.
There's like a movie called like Burned or something.
Yeah, that's the Gordon Ramsay movie.
Yeah. And people in the comments were like, "Oh, this is where I knew Bradley Cooper was an amazing actor."
I heard that movie was a pretty bad take on
Everyone in the comments on YouTube Shorts loved it.
Not that it's like a bad movie, but like it's a bad depiction of kitchen culture and like
Yeah, probably.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Burnt.
Oh, never
Bradley
saw
Cooper?
it. Boiling Point, though. Great film.
Yeah, I've heard Boiling Point is
But,
great. All right,
What else?
should we
Hold
move on
hold
to
hold
actor and
on.
supporting?
I'm gonna go with Jeffrey Wright for that.
You're gonna go
last
Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright's he's normally quite good.
one. Okay.
I got a very tentative best of 2023 list.
Okay.
Supporting role.
Supporting role, we got Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction, De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon,
You already know.
RDJ for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, and Mark Ruffalo
Mark
for
Ruffalo.
Poor Things. This is a
RDJ.
very good category.
RDJ.
Yeah.
I love
Honestly, the
RDJ.
supporting roles are probably better than most of the leads.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would say so.
I think I wouldn't be upset with any of those. RDJ fucking killed it in Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I think he's the most
Ethan
conniving.
was, yeah.
Yeah, just like power hungry, subtle performance, and it's amazing. And I love the build up. He plays the politician perfectly.
Yep.
I was telling Sam about how like actor expectations play so much into the role, and I just think his persona of Iron Man plays so much into that. Just that public star facade that his character Strauss has, and the switch between that, the conniving politician, it's amazing. I think everything was working perfectly for that role, and it came together so well. But also De Niro. As you were saying, plays the perfect liar ever.
Yeah. He's so good in that movie.
He was really great.
Ruffalo.
And Ruffalo is also like, he plays
role.
completely against, his Marvel character, and just
I'd be mad if
RDJ
Gosling
versus
won, actually.
RDN.
yeah, I'd be mad if Gosling won. The rest of them, I'd be pretty happy.
Is amazing in that role, but he's just playing a silly guy.
Yeah, and Gosling's
It's just
never
a silly,
like
fun role.
Gosling's never, like
It's
the
not,
best
it's
part
not
of the movie.
emotionally deep. I feel like any dude could really play.
Yeah,
that
I think
role,
so.
Right?
That's the thing, is that it's supposed to be any guy.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
That's just kind of a thing. I feel like a lot of people say comedy's really difficult, but
Yeah.
to me, like
he just
whenever
it's easy.
and he's
to
amazing.
me it's
in
easy.
that
No,
role.
no, I'm not saying that it's easy. Like you can definitely have jokes that land flat and stuff. But
Yeah.
in my experience, like in theater and everything, I loved playing the little minor roles that just
Yeah.
would get the laugh out of the audience because that's who everyone remembers. They
Exactly.
don't care about
And
the lead.
Perfect
That's exactly-
example
yeah.
here in Barbie.
Everybody,
it's, it's eclipsed everything. Pretty big
Yeah, I'm just
controversy.
Ken.
So like
Stupid
I just think
controversy.
it's easy.
Yeah.
It's an easy nomination for Ryan Gosling, but I don't think he
Yeah.
deserves to win for
No.
that. It's
No,
an
I,
easy
I,
role.
I
It's not
would
a
be very
nuanced role.
surprised if he won. If
He
won.
plays it perfectly, but it's not a
Yeah.
nuanced role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
RDJ or
so
De
I think-
Niro.
yeah, I
Mark
would give it.
Ruffalo
I would be
is
happy
definitely-
with De Niro or RDJ, and then Mark
And
Ruffalo
I
would
guess-
also be great.
Ruffalo's also a comedic role too, so we shouldn't be like too hypocritical. But like, I feel like there's more range in that even.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo's character has a lot of depth for a comedic role.
Yeah.
and he goes from such extremes too.
He
of, like,
does.
being a suave talking man. to
He's doing some like crazy
insanity.
theatrical acting in that as well, but like you completely buy it in that world, and it's a performance that can only exist in Poor Things.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great
You know?
for what it is. But
Yeah.
De
I
Niro
loved
or
just the-
RDJ.
I love
Sterling K. Brown's great too, but to me he's less memorable than those other three.
my favorite scene with Mark Ruffalo was when he first gets introduced and he's like, "Oh, I need to go pee," and Godwin's going like, "Oh, you're so immature. You need to go.
Yeah.
You need to go
Can't
pee. You
hold your
can't hold
pee."
it in like a
A
man."
man. That got a big laugh.
He's like, "Oh, I have a small bladder," and he goes, "Ah, you may have prostate cancer. Get that checked out."
No
Yeah.
Barbies nominated.
yeah, actress in a leading role.
Lily.
Moving on, Annette Bening in Naiad, a movie I did not know existed until
Yeah,
they
that's-
released these Oscar noms. Lily Gladstone in Killers.
So she was the main.
She was the main. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sandra Huller in Anatomy of a
Gotta
Fall.
see that.
Carrie
what
Mulligan
is-
in Maestro.
What's
and
Anatomy
Emma
of a
Stone.
Fall about?
Cannes winner,
And
right?
Emma Stone, and then Emma Stone, Poor Things. Anatomy of a Fall is about a court case
There's the
in
Palme
in France about Sandra Huller who allegedly pushed her husband out a window. That's like what the case is about. It's like,
Wait,
did she
it's
push
about
it?
the lead actress.
No.
Oh,
no. It's
No, it's just her
a
character.
fictitious movie.
Okay.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
character. It's like, did she push him, or was it suicide?
Okay. Yeah, I was
And it's
looking at
a-
the posters for it, and there's all the posters of like the man dead on the
Yeah.
ground with the blood.
Yeah,
And there
it's a
was
great
one
poster.
poster for the movie of just two people like drinking in a bar.
Okay.
It was just really
That was at
strange.
Carnival for one day, and I
Yeah.
didn't get to see it.
Wow.
I liked Anatomy of a Fall. I think
It's gotta be Lily.
it's not the most engaging movie though.
It's
Like,
gotta be Lily, man. Lily
yeah,
killed
I mean,
it.
yeah.
I'm
It's gotta be
between-
Lily.
Lily's
And Emma
everything.
Stone's so good though.
Emma
too.
Stone's great, but Lily's
I'd be happy with
everything,
Emma Stone,
man.
but yeah,
Lily's
Lily
everything.
Gladstone gave such a great
That
performance.
movie does not exist
am-
without her.
no.
I feel.
I am kind of like this is one of my issues with Killers of the Flower Moon is I feel like she's kind of sidelined in the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say she definitely deserves more screen time.
But I mean,
definitely
for
deserves
a
more
lot of it, she is actively being poisoned.
Yeah.
that's
like,
true.
She is literally
like-
and that does
sidelined.
kind of work
I
with the
mean,
film's message.
That is,
Yeah.
I think that is technically more of the runtime is her being poisoned, but the runtime before that, we should have seen a lot more. of
Yeah.
Yeah,
her.
it would have been
Yeah.
more
But still,
Tantu as
with
well.
what she had. Yeah, Tantu. Where's Tantu's name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friend of the
She
pod.
was
Friend of
was
the pod,
amazing.
Tantu Cardinal.
Tantu was
Tantu was
We
one of my
love
favorites in the
Tantu.
movie.
Yeah.
Is she in
Tantu's
a,
the
is
best
she a
actress.
supporting role
No.
nominee?
And we boycott.
So
just like
so
that.
we're saying we're all agreeing Lily Gladstone for
locking
that
that.
one.
yeah, Lily Gladstone,
Yeah.
Emma Stone,
Emma Stone
second.
would be great.
I
Sandra
would be
Huller's
very
good as well,
happy
but
if
it's just
either of them won.
Is
my
this our
favorite movie.
first Oscars talk? On
yeah,
the
it is
pod?
because
Nice.
we started the Oscars. We started the pod after
And we started in,
2023
March or
Oscars.
something, right?
Yeah, just gotta make sure not to hold it by the cord,
Oh, it is
otherwise you get some
Gulp.
Okay,
Gold-
actress in
actress in a
supporting
supporting
role.
role.
Get
Emily
some-
Blunt
can we
for
get some-
Oppenheimer.
Is there weird sounds coming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Emily
The
Blunt
magnet.
for Oppenheimer.
Oh.
Daniel Brooks for The Color Purple.
There's a
America
movie about
Ferrera.
a color.
For Barbie.
Oh, my
Jodie
God.
Foster for Nyad. Who's talking about that movie? And Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers.
This is gonna be a bad
This is
one.
a bit of a weaker category.
I've only seen Oppenheimer
I've seen. You've seen Barbie.
on Barbie, but
America
we're
Ferrera
even
should not
talking
get
about
that. It's not. No.
I think Emily Blunt's quite good in Oppenheimer, but it's a very severely underwritten role.
I think she's got one great monologue, and
And
she
she
does
does great with
for
what
she has, but
like it's
she-
just the most underwritten role, and it's such an important role.
Yeah, and they just
Yeah.
God damn it, Nolan.
I think the brothel
Right
owner
women
should have
better.
from
Maybe
Tantu
yeah.
should have been nominated.
Tantu. Yeah,
Tantu,
I'm not
Tantu should have
sure.
taken
Okay, in
America's.
solidarity with Tantu, I'm not even putting a vote out for this category.
I'm putting
Yeah.
a vote out for Divine Joy Randolph. She is incredible in The
Yeah.
Holdover. She clears everybody else in this
Would you
category.
say that her acting is divine?
I would.
Ooh.
She's really really good. Yeah, just incredible in that role.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest as well. Like Tantu.
Tantu,
should
yeah.
have been
Tantu should have been
nominated.
nominated.
She was so good.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Animated feature.
Elemental.
films. Animated feature. The Boy
It's
and the Heron.
Claude!
Elemental. Ninoma. Robot Dreams or Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Man was so good.
Haven't seen Across the
I've seen
Spider-Verse
Spider-Man
yet.
like 4 times.
Yeah, I've
was
seen it a couple times.
amazing.
Just because I
Fuck,
haven't
that's
seen the rest,
tough.
The,
I'm gonna have to go with Boy and the Heron.
That's tough.
Yeah, Boy and the Heron.
I'm gonna go Spider-Man. I like
I-
it better than Boy and the Heron.
Spider-Man has a major. The end is like
I think it's amazing.
brutally long.
I think it's gonna be so justified in like 10 years when we get that next
Yeah.
movie.
No, it's coming out this year. What do you mean?
Stop.
Coming out
Okay,
this year.
but
I think Spider-Man is
but-
amazing. I just think on a technical level,
It is.
clears. Boy and the Heron's amazing, and I think if I was more immersed in the Ghibli-verse and familiar
Yeah.
with the lore of the creators, Graham's about to kill me.
Yeah.
I would give it to that, but like Spider-Man is so technically like flawless, and the story they're
Yeah.
telling of just like it's so smart taking the multiverse and like pitting it against a character and kind of using that backlash a character received, how he's like
Mm-hmm.
not actually Spider-Man because of like race or whatever, and
Yep.
like twisting that into the narrative. It's so smart and it
It's
works
very
so
cool.
well.
Yeah.
awesome.
Just to me, the end of that movie is just
That's fair.
where they tease out all these things, and I understand why they're doing it, but it's like 30 minutes of
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
we're gonna do this thing, we're gonna do this thing, we're gonna do this thing, and the movie just
Wait,
won't
Does
end.
Donald Glover play any characters in Across?
He
in
can,
There's
the
a
but-
Spider-Verse?
cameo where he plays himself, or
In
he
10
plays
years.
the
In the
Prowler.
Spider-Verse?
When that
Oh,
next one
yeah,
comes
yeah.
out, we'll come back to this discussion and see if that ending works or not.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Because it's
'Cause, like,
heavily reliant on the next one.
If that
being
trilogy
just as
lands the
good.
mark, it'll be like, you know how people give Return of the King's End a pass, just because it's just
Yeah.
so much going on.
Yeah.
You know?
We'll talk a bit about Boy and the Heron because I haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse yet. I
Yeah,
saw
Boy and the
Into
Heron.
the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, watch the
which
Lost episode to
love.
hear our thoughts on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
We talk about it extensively.
Boy and the Heron, I
It's
think,
dope.
it's just such a great metaphor for like Miyazaki,
Yeah.
his kind of wants and desires, and I feel like this movie is like him giving up on that. He's like, you know what, this needs to die with me.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
A lot of the movie is based on
And
what do you do with your legacy? Is it
Yeah.
yeah.
do you need to preserve it?
How do you live?
How do you live?
Yeah.
And I think it's an important message to know that you're the only one like you, right? Everybody's
Yeah.
going to build the blocks differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
I think knowing a lot of the history about Ghibli is definitely changes the impact of that film. Cinematography.
Cinematography.
That's
El
tough.
Condi did not see this movie.
Heard El
Killers of the
Condi was
Flower
shit.
Moon. Maestro, Oppenheimer,
I have to
and
say
Poor Things.
I have to say Poor
It's a
Things.
toss-up between Oppenheimer and Poor Things.
I think I have to give it to Poor Things as
I'm
well.
going to give it to
Yeah.
Poor Things,
I mean,
too.
I know Poor Things is maybe it's like its most cinematography.
So is
Killers
Oppenheimer,
of the
though.
Yeah.
Flower Moon has good cinematography. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty
It's a
beautifully shot.
pretty, pretty movie.
But it's also
Poor
like
Things is crazy.
Oppenheimer was gorgeous, though. Oppenheimer was
Yeah.
gorgeous,
Yeah.
but Poor Things was like, as we said, maximalist. Every part of that production.
You could take any frame of that movie and be
Yeah.
like, wow.
Oppenheimer was
Killers of
so
the Flower
sick,
Moon.
too.
I just feel like it didn't do anything crazy with its cinematography.
And-
It wasn't at all the focus of the movie. Whereas
Yeah,
with Poor
I would
Things,
agree.
it is a big focus.
Yeah.
that cinematography.
I'm definitely tilted towards Oppenheimer because that was like the first IMAX movie I saw. I saw that on 70 mil too, so that was just an incredible experience for just film.
Absolutely.
And I think that's such a gorgeous film. It got a lot of criticism for using such a wide format when it was a lot of people's faces.
Yeah,
But
but
I
I
think
bad
it-
criticism. I think that
I think it works so well because, look at Oppenheimer. You see a picture of the real Oppenheimer and you see all the stress and
Yeah.
like lines on his face from what he was doing. I think you need that wide format to capture that and just
Yeah.
the stresses of building the nuclear bomb puts on a man.
And I mean, I think the cinematography, filming an actual nuke for
Yeah.
for it was
Yeah.
Oh
pretty
my
cool.
God.
Does that come down to cinematography though, or is that
Special
more
effects.
special effects?
I think it's a bit of
They had
both.
to. I mean, I think of all the camera ops that died filming that.
It is
nuke.
sad.
Also, you see fucking Hoyt von Hoytema, the photos of him like single arming those IMAX cameras.
Yeah.
there
Oh,
must be
yeah.
a special
crazy.
credit award
Those are
for that. Dude.
Those are insanely like
Those
those,
are
are like
huge.
400 pounds,
Yeah.
aren't they?
And it's
Yeah.
gorgeous. Talking about natural metaphors, how it's like the inner workings of atomics, how that film was shot. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous. But Poor Things,
Poor Things is just.
I'd be very happy with either of those. I'd be
Yeah.
happy with Killers.
I'm happy with Killers getting any award.
Yeah, just any recognition.
I'm
Yeah.
happy with Poor Things sweeping, but
Actually, I'm gonna switch up last minute. I'm giving my
Giving it
vote's
to El
Oppen-
Conde.
what's Oppenheimer?
Yeah.
Nah, Poor Things. That remain Poor,
Poor
Things.
Things.
Yeah.
Costume design. We got Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer,
Poor
and
Things.
Poor Things.
Poor Things.
Killers.
Poor Things.
I just think it's really cool to see all the like native garb.
These
And
are all pretty good.
I think it's just really cool because they worked with the community, and
Yeah.
they were very just part of the production.
And also
Essential.
DiCaprio gets a fun little hat.
Yeah, the hat, of course. I love that period too. So like a lot of this comes down to what I'm partial to.
Yeah.
But
Oppenheimer's.
Poor Things.
Poor
Poor
Things
Things.
was sick.
Every scene has just amazing
Costumes. That's true.
Every
I just
single
found
scene.
when I think about costume design, what I'm getting out of something, I'm gonna give it to Killers at the end of the day.
I
Yeah.
think I would put
They're all good options,
I
honestly.
would put Killers second.
Napoleon
I
was
think,
dope
for
too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Napoleon had some good
Barbie's
costumes.
still really good though.
Yeah, Barbies
but
were
yeah.
great too.
they didn't design those costumes. They were already designed by the Barbie makers.
But
so
putting them to
Yeah.
real life,
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I'd be
They're all
happy with
great.
any of these. Do I think about the costumes when I think about Poor Things?
yes,
It's like
For
I don't.
me, I do.
know.
They're sick dresses.
Yeah, there's some sick dresses, some really
Just-
nice suits.
the whole movie, every
For me, it's
scene,
Killers.
there's a new
I just think
insane
I
Yeah.
love seeing that culture on screen, and it's actually
Yeah,
the
that's true.
culture.
I-
It's no like water diluted down version. It's
Yeah, I'd give it
literal
to
the culture.
I give it to Killers as
It's
well. then.
awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
Poor
All right,
Things
on
sweep.
to directing. Anatomy of a Fall, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, or The Zone of Interest.
Killers.
I haven't seen The Zone of Interest yet.
This is
You have to
one
give it to
I
Killers.
gotta
though.
give it to
You have to
Killers,
give it. Yeah.
Yes, Scorsese's
You
direction,
can't
man. Dude's
snub
been doing
Scorsese again.
it. Dude's been doing it for like
Yeah.
1,000 years.
And this is like
this
you
is
have to.
the most mature, accomplished version of
I
it.
would even give Scorsese the supporting
Honestly,
actor.
Yeah.
I wish Killers had it was like last year and already won all the awards, so Poor Things would have a chance here. But
And actually, I don't care if Oppenheimer wins anything. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Nolan should win.
we
Yes.
hate Christopher.
I love his
Nolan.
direction in this
Yeah,
for the most part. But Killers for sure.
But Christopher
Yeah.
Nolan is like Tenet and
Yeah.
yeah,
And,
Interstellar.
I feel like such a Nolan
every-
fanboy right now, even though I'm like throughout history the exact opposite
Yeah.
of a Nolan fanboy. It's just
Oppenheimer's
this-
great.
This movie hits so hard for me.
who's the Clockwork Orange? and-
Kubrick.
Kubrick.
Kubrick's lit.
Bring him back.
Yeah,
Back. Okay.
documentary feature film. I guess we'll just skip this one. I don't think I didn't see any of
Lebanese
these.
Burger Mafia
Lebanese Burger Mafia.
Yeah.
should win.
Yeah, Alberta
That's
film.
all.
I have
I'm
not.
saying.
I haven't watched a documentary in like over a year. I think.
Watch Lebanese Burger Mafia.
Yeah,
You'll
it's a
fucking
great-
love
yeah.
that.
Yeah, you will
That's gonna
love
make
that.
me want to go to Burger Baron.
Burger
more.
Boy.
Burger Boy.
Why do you think we've been on our Burger Baron?
Doc
Yeah.
short film. I'm gonna
Nuts.
give it to the ABCs of book banning.
gonna give it to
I haven't
Island in
seen any of
Between.
them.
Documentary short film. I watched The Barber of Little Rock.
Was that good?
No, I didn't. I lied.
Okay.
I didn't watch any of these.
All right.
Film
Which one are you gonna
editing.
give it to?
Barbershop of Little Rock. Just
Okay.
'cause it has the best title.
Film editing, Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things,
Poor Things.
Schloppenheimer.
Poor Things.
Killers.
I'm
Or
gonna
the
give it to
Schloppenheimer.
Killers. I just love the narrative in that movie.
There's some really fun editing in Killers of the Flower Moon.
There is.
Yeah.
Like when he does the I love the
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Oh,
great.
I just
Love money.
love Schloppenheimer's editing. It's kind of the most editing pick, but
Yeah,
I do-
I
I
think
do
Killers
also-
Killers has like a great combination of like you like really see Marty's like that style
Is
in
that
there.
Thelma?
It is Thelma, yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Ah,
can
for
feel
Thelma.
these like there's some moments that feel kind of like Goodfellas, and you're like it's fun to see, and then there's some other moments that are like just
Is
so
there a
they let them
special
breathe.
effect?
I'm gonna do a
It's great.
cross. Killers and Oppenheimer.
Is there a special effects category?
Yep.
Okay. Because honestly, Poor Things, I'm gonna say, the special effects didn't wow me. Like they were taking me out of the movie.
There's some
especially at the
odd
start.
ones in the special effects that I was
Well,
surprised to see.
I don't know if Poor Things is shot digitally, but it has film grain. If it was shot digitally, then they added film grain, like they wanted it to
Well,
look like.
I know for the
it was-
holdovers, it's interesting. They shot it digitally and then they scanned it into film so that
Yeah.
it got the film grain naturally rather than like putting a filter on.
Okay, maybe they did that with Poor Things, but it has it has a film grain. I just noticed the film grain and like the animals and stuff and the bubble.
Yeah.
This is why I
Didn't
feel like
match?
it was. Yeah, I didn't really. I don't think
So they
anything
shot
that
it
was-
film probably, and then because if they put the
Yeah.
filter on over top, the animals would have been the
This
same.
is what that's my guess is
Yeah.
that they shot in film and then digitally added some stuff.
That's
the
hard.
bubbles I don't think had any film grain on them.
International. This one's gonna piss me
International.
off.
Io Capitone or Io Capitano
Where is
from Italy.
where's Monster?
Perfect Days from
Where's
Japan.
Monster?
Society of the Snow from Spain. The Teacher's Lounge from Germany. And the Zone of Interest from the United
seen
Kingdom.
two
There's
of
some major
these.
snubs here.
We love Perfect Days.
Perfect Days is
We
great.
Love Perfect
I
Days,
will-
but Monster clears every single.
Yeah, Monster from
day.
Japan, so good. I don't know why. I know why Japan didn't put it up.
Because it's Wim.
Yeah, Wim,
It's a fucking old school director, but like,
old German director.
come on, dude. Monster is so fucking good. Perfect
Yeah.
Days is amazing too. Both 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it to Monster. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it. I wish Totem made the list
Yeah.
here. I mean,
Yeah.
Totem is so good. Totem's better than the
Totem
Teacher's
was
Lounge.
I love Teacher's
I love the
Lounge,
Teacher's
too,
Lounge, but Totem is better than
Was
Teacher's
Totem
Lounge.
Yeah,
the
definitely.
one from Mexico?
Yeah,
or-
from Mexico.
That one's awesome.
It's
I
so
do
good.
remember
I'll give
that
it to
episode.
Perfect
Yeah.
Days.
I'll give it to Perfect Days as well. I
love Perfect Days.
Red
I'm
Rooms.
excited to watch Zone of
Where's
Yeah,
Interest.
where the
Yeah,
fuck's
Red Rooms
Red
from
Rooms
Canada.
is amazing, man. That's
Yeah.
Canadian. I forgot.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that movie's awesome.
Makeup and hairstyling. Golda, haven't even heard of that movie. Maestro for the big nose. Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Society of the
Oh,
Snow.
Poor
Probably
Things.
Oppenheimer. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
mean Willem Dafoe.
Oh, okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
forgot
Yeah,
makeup was part of this. I was like,
Willem
the
Yeah.
hair. Was there any weird hair stuff going on? No.
There are plenty of funny
The
hairstyles.
makeup for
and
sure.
Yeah.
There was some hair stuff, but like nothing that
Just
really
that
stood
Willem
out to me.
prosthetics
Yeah.
are
Yeah,
like
it's,
iconic.
pretty
That's gonna go
incredible.
down in history. Like
Yeah.
the Frankenstein canon. That's
Yeah.
And
Gonna
the
be instrumental.
prosthetic penis that Emma Stone was playing with at the start.
Pretty
and
magical.
When she stabbed that corpse's eyes. That's a
Would that
fun
be under
scene.
makeup
That's a fun scene.
or special effects?
I don't know. All
It's
right.
just-
Music. American Fiction.
Poor Things.
That had
Poor
American
Things.
Fiction had a great
Poor
score
Things.
as well.
Jerskin
Poor
Law.
things.
Indiana Jones. I don't know why that was
What
nominated.
the fuck are we doing?
Killers of the Flower Moon. Oppenheimer. Poor Things.
Oh, those last
These
three
are all great.
actually.
Poor Things. Poor
Lug,
Things.
Lugwood fucking killed it with Oppenheimer.
I would love to see Robbie Robertson win.
R.I.P.
Killers
Indigenous
was-
Man.
Killers was so
oh
good.
fuck! Actually,
but-
this is so tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
God damn.
had a great
I'm
score.
too
You're too
I'm
much down the Jerskin hole.
just love Jerskin so
yeah.
much.
No, I mean the Poor Things score was so good.
Going from
Pretty
having
happy with any of
one-
these
This is
except
tough.
for Indiana Jones.
Because I actively listen to the Oppenheimer soundtrack. Like,
Yeah.
consistently because it's just so fucking.
And
good.
even
I
even the
don't,
American
'cause I've
Fiction
never seen it.
Captures-
score is really really good.
Oppenheimer's score captures the beauty and terror of the atom bomb, like what that represents for society
Yeah.
so well.
I would just love to see.
Like, can you hear the music? Is a fucking transcendental score.
Yeah.
I would just love to see the guy that has literally one album that most people would probably hate, and is like only really known
Yeah.
in like the British underground scene
I'm gonna give it a
to get an Oscar.
Killers. I'm giving it to
Insane.
Killers.
Poor Things.
I love Robbie's
Yeah,
score on that.
I'm
Killers
gonna
is
give
my
it to
second.
Killers as well.
Killers is my
Robbie-
second.
Killers, then
Those are the only two
then
I've
Poor
seen,
Things,
so-
then Oppenheimer.
I'm gonna do Killers, Oppenheimer, Poor Things. I love
Yeah.
Jerskin, but like
Yeah,
You're not a real
it-
Jerskin fan.
I'm
Any
a
of
real
these top-
Jerskin
You're
fan.
not a real
any of those
Jerskin
top
fan
three, I'd be
unless you-
very happy
Yeah,
with.
you're not a real Jerskin
If
fan.
it goes to
unless
Indiana
you-
Jones,
Indiana
I
Jones.
slit my wrist.
There's no way.
I slit my wrist on live stream.
But it's not even that. Like
It's
they-
not.
They
It's
don't
the
even do
most
that?
Well, it
boring-
can't be, right? Because that's from the first one. This is like the
They're gonna
fifth
play
Indiana
it, and
Jones
it's
movie.
just
It's just
gonna be
like
the most
generic.
They don't use that song in
action.
all the
Marvel
Indiana
They use it,
Jones?
but like
soundtrack.
that's not the score that was nominated.
Oh.
It can't be.
Yeah.
That's like 50 years old.
Yeah. For music, The Fire Inside from Flaming Hot, the Cheetos movie. Fire burns on.
Fire burns on.
I think this is funny because
I'm just Ken from Barbie.
Yeah, Barbie's got two.
It Never Went Away from American Symphony. A Song for My People from Killers of the Flower Moon. What Was I Made For from Barbie.
Killers.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah.
Killers.
I
Killers.
find
I
it.
do love
I find it,
I'm just Ken's fun, but
I find
I'm
it
just,
funny
yeah,
that
but it's not.
no, it's not
The winner.
amazing.
it is pretty hilarious that like Poor Things is nominated for best soundtrack, but no song in that would ever win best
Yeah.
original
No,
song.
without.
Do you know what I just realized I'm very happy about?
Hmm.
The Mario movie didn't get nominated for Best
Yes.
Animated.
Oh,
Thank
thank
fuck,
God.
dude.
Yeah.
That would have been darkest timeline.
Yeah.
I don't even remember
Neither did
watching that.
Peaches.
That was 2023.
Remember we
Yeah, we skipped
had to
drawing.
miss drawing for that.
A lot of so 2023 is like one of the best years
do
I've
that?
seen for movies.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Also,
good.
some
2019.
pretty offensive movies. Like this is one of the only years where I've watched movies and been pissed. Like
Mario.
Way of Water. Was that this
That
year?
was that was
Was that
2022.
Oh, okay, that's the end of
But,
2022.
yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know
Way
what's
of Water pissed me off.
Yeah.
Mario pissed me off.
Mario's
Yeah.
upsetting.
Yeah.
Benji's Hour.
Well, okay. Way of Water, first 30 minutes had me like fuming.
Yeah.
And then like when it got to the water place, I was like, it's fun. They're just like in the water. It's
Yeah.
it's good. Visuals, I mean, are just objectively good on that.
Yeah, incredible.
But
It didn't look that
storytelling,
good.
it was also towards the end. It was like
I could have made a better movie.
Yeah, there's a
towards
lot
the
of
end, it was
issues.
like
storytelling's weak, but
it repeats itself towards the end. Like, oh, they're captured. Oh, they're saved. Oh, they're captured. Oh, they're saved. Oh, they're
The
captured.
writing.
It does.
The end of Avatar 2 was terrible.
it's
Avatar
weak,
even
but
like has a line drawing attention to that where one of the characters goes again when they're trapped,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, "What
It's
the
weak.
hell?"
but like you ever get high and look at whales?
Exactly. You just like
Yeah.
it's a
No.
visual movie.
That
Yeah.
well, that's what
It's
I
for the
liked is the whole
technology.
part where they're exploring the ocean.
Oh,
and they're
that
Yeah.
swimming
hits
around
so
and
hard,
everything.
and the whales are
Which
like
is most of the
smart.
movie.
The Tukun or whatever.
Did you guys know whales used to walk on land?
Yeah, they have knees.
In Avatar? In the
No,
Avatar
in
world?
real
in
life.
real
No, I
life.
only care about the Avatar
That's
world.
crazy. It makes sense though, because they're mammals.
Actually, this
Yeah.
is
Makes
an
so much
issue I
sense.
have with Avatar, and I think
Oh.
it works better
It's
in
a-
Way of Water.
It's a stacked category.
But
We
if
made
you
it.
watch Avatar 1, my biggest issue with it is every animal in Avatar 1 is just like an earth animal. Like you have so many people that could be that are working on this movie.
Yeah.
You could develop an entire ecosystem. You could get scientists in and develop these animals that
What do you think? They
are
got
alien.
15 years per movie? What do you think?
you crazy?
You crazy? They do.
Yeah,
So,
this
like-
is
Yeah, I
a-
agree.
It's a stacked
So like there's ones that
category
are just like basically like panthers, there's like
Yeah.
rhinos. They're all just actual animals. And in Way of Water, it felt a lot better cuz the ocean is like really alien
Yeah.
already to us. So like all these animals, they might have real life analogs, but they don't feel like real life analogs except for the whales. They're
Yeah.
obviously just
The
whales, but
Tukun.
didn't offend me as much as first.
Okay.
First in terms of the fauna of
Yeah.
the Avatar planet.
All right.
Best
Best
picture?
picture.
Scroll down for this category.
American Fiction.
Boo.
Anatomy of a
Never saw
Fall. Bobby.
No.
The Holdovers. Killers of the Flower
Yes.
Moon.
Yeah.
Maestro.
No.
Oppenheimer.
Past
Past
Lives.
Gotta
Lives.
watch Past Lives.
Poor Things. And The Zone of Interest.
Killers.
Yeah, Killers.
Killers. I'd be happy if Poor
I'd
Things
be-
won too.
No
I'd be
way
happy.
Poor Things wins, though.
And there's no way it
chance.
wins.
Yeah.
No,
I'd
for
be
sure.
pissed
But-
if Oppenheimer won.
I wouldn't be pissed if Oppenheimer won. I mean,
I'd
Killers
be
is so good.
Oppenheimer
I'm
over
gonna be-
Killers is insane.
Oppenheimer, I will
Oh.
win. Oppenheimer's my lock-in.
I've been
I will
jerking off
lock that
Oppenheimer
in.
this whole time, but like I want Killers to win so bad.
Yeah.
man.
Barbie's good. Barbie's gonna piss me off if it wins.
If it wins,
There-
I'd be pissed.
Yeah, you know, it's a good
I-
movie, but like, yeah, it
I
should
kind of
win.
feel bad for
It already won
like,
the year. You know,
I
like
feel
it's
bad for
it
Margot
made the most
Robbie.
money
Because
because of all the
I don't think any of these
actors.
should win. Any of the Barbie ones should win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she
I
even
think
nominated?
she
No.
should've
No,
gotten
she wasn't
I think she's
I feel
good.
like she should have gotten
But she-
nominated,
at
but
least
I
a
don't.
Who would you
nomination.
have put?
Yeah.
Like, who would you have taken off the list for her? Taken off Lily Gladstone.
No.
Taking off one from one of those movies.
Fucking
I
the
haven't
ones I didn't
seen.
see.
Taken off the one from Maestro. Nobody.
Yeah.
Fuck Maestro.
So we're saying Killers or Poor Things.
I'd be happy if Poor Things won.
Yeah.
I think Killers deserves the win.
I'd be
Yeah,
happy
it's all
with
Killers.
Killers,
Oppenheimer,
Holdovers.
I wouldn't be pissed, but it'd be like, come on.
Oppenheimer, I'd be
Obvious.
happy. I wouldn't be happy. I mean, I'd
See,
be
this
like,
is
oh, I
another
get
one
it.
that pisses me off. I wish Killers of the Flower Moon came out a year earlier and won everything, sweeped it. so
No,
that
because
Poor
I
Things
think if
could
it
have
came
a
between
chance.
Killers and Tar for me, that would have been such a terrible
Tearing it
battle in
apart.
my mind.
Okay,
Hey,
I think Poor Things should have come out 2024. Let's say
Should have
that.
come out whatever year Coda won,
Mm.
and
Or
then they
Green
could
Book.
have swept. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, production design. Barbie, Killers, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things.
I would have said Barbie if Poor Things didn't come out.
Yeah.
Poor Things. I really love the production design on Barbie, and I
But
wish
the production design kind of goes away. It's like
that's the
there's
thing
like
I was about to say.
15 minutes
I
of
wish they
really cool
stayed
production
in the Barbie
design.
land. I wish they played more with the surreal, weird vibes.
Yeah.
Because then they just go to real world and it's kind of boring.
yeah, it's kind of
um,
whatever.
If they stayed in that land fully and fully explored how weird it would be for like to actually inhabit a place like that,
Yeah.
it could have been the winner here. But Poor Things killed it.
Yeah, Poor Things. I give
It's
it
all
to
Poor
all the way
Things.
through. It's just,
But I
Bo's
wouldn't-
Afraid should have been nominated. Like
Yeah.
it got
Oh,
nothing.
yeah.
Bo
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Bo
be-
should have gotten production design easily.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with any of these winning though. Looking at this,
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm actually
these are all
like,
quite
so
solid.
angry. Why did Napoleon get production design?
Napoleon's
and not
Napoleon's
Bo's
got
design
Afraid?
was
good
amazing,
production
man.
design.
No,
It was
terrible.
solid.
Terrible.
These are all good nominees,
Yeah.
but
No.
Bo should have.
Bo should
Bo
be
should
on
have
there.
won.
Bo, I would probably. What would I
Should it
replace
have
with
won?
Bo?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think so.
Bo would have won it
I-
in my
Poor
mind.
Things and Bo are like such close films.
They are.
Yeah.
I'm glad that to see at least one of them
Yeah.
is in
I'm
Oscar
surprised
contention.
Poor Things got nominated so much. I didn't know there was so
Yeah.
much buzz around this.
Everybody's been talking. It came out at the perfect time as well for
Yeah.
Oscar stuff, and
There's
everybody been talking about it
Not been on
forever.
social media very much.
Wish they waited till this year to release it. but-
Yeah.
Animated not seen a
short
single
film.
Any of these.
Yeah. 27 was the one that the
Yeah.
animated one we watched was on the short list, but it didn't make the cut.
27 was dope.
We'll watch
No,
these
we didn't
later.
get 27,
Yeah,
but we got
we'll watch these.
95.
And yeah, I haven't seen any of these either.
Like
Oh no,
that.
Henry Sugar.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was great. Give it to it.
Give it to Henry Sugar.
Yeah.
Um,
If you're not gonna give, why was
Should've been
Asteroid
Ratcatcher.
City not in production design?
Yeah.
What
that's
happened with
also
that?
crazy.
Asteroid City should have taken Barbie's slot, I think.
Napoleon.
Asteroid City.
Napoleon's.
Yeah, Napoleon.
And
Because
Oppenheimer.
Napoleon's-
Get
yeah.
We'll
Napoleon
knock
and
out
Oppenheimer.
Napoleon and Barbie for
Oppenheimer's
Bo's
was
Afraid.
good.
and-
Why did there have to be so many good films?
I know.
Yeah, I know. It's a really good year.
They
I'll-
all deserve to win.
we'll go through
They
my
all
top
deserve
10 as well. And
Where's Shadow Brothers Sunday?
So
Yeah.
Invincible, isn't that a show?
I'm
An
pissed
animated show.
Shadow Brothers Sunday ain't on here because that one was
Yeah.
amazing. Or Ratcatcher. I
There
prefer
there
that
should
one.
be a. Is there a
Ratcatcher was
category
good.
for shows? I don't think so.
no, not in the Oscars.
There should be.
Sound.
No, the Oscars can just be movies.
Schloppenhammer.
Best sound, The Creator, Maestro, Mission Impossible 7 Part 1, Oppenheimer or Zone of
Has to
Interest.
be Schloppenhammer.
Yeah, you got to give it a Oppenheimer, I
Yeah,
think.
that sound
Should be
design was
Poor
amazing.
Things. It's not on the list, but it should be Poor Things.
She was terrifying. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
no,
should
Oppenheimer.
Should be The Curse.
Should
Now,
be.
this
yeah.
is a bit of a surprise category for me. Visual effects, The Creator, Godzilla,
Yeah.
Guardians, Mission Impossible, Napoleon.
Okay.
Godzilla.
Godzilla does not deserve to be nominated.
You
Glad Poor
know,
Things
I give
wasn't
it to them
nominated.
because I love Godzilla. Godzilla.
The effects are not that good.
Yeah, but I love Godzilla. Godzilla.
And it's like it's
haven't
it's
seen
it's
it.
an impressive
the
achievement,
effects are amazing for 15 million.
but it's best effects overall. You know,
Don't care.
it's like if a 5-year-old drew something that was really good, but you put it against like Van Gogh. It's like,
Godzilla.
it's impressive a 5-year-old did that, but
Godzilla. Are you
So
saying
you're-
Japanese
you're-
people
yeah.
are 5-year-olds?
no, I'm
What are you
saying I'm saying that a movie
Sam.
that's judged against
Sam.
a
No, you
a
have a
$15 million versus a $200 million movie.
But Godzilla.
It's
I
got
can't even
impressive
vote on
effects
this
for
one.
what
I
it
haven't
is.
seen any of them.
Godzilla.
Didn't you see Godzilla with us?
No.
Oh,
I was
going
gonna
to
watch. I
yesterday.
was gonna watch Godzilla with my date, but
Your
yeah,
wife.
your
we-
wife.
We canceled it, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
out of theaters. So unless
I'm gonna
watching
give it
tonight.
to.
Godzilla.
Nah, I give it to Guardians.
Oh, come on.
Guardians had really good effects.
Oh, what is Godzilla?
No, it's not Godzilla.
It's the
Um,
underdog.
It's the underdog because it sucks.
No.
Not the movie doesn't suck, but
If
the
you guys
effects
only
are
saw
not
the
good.
Lost episode,
Guardians of the
you'd see that
Galaxy
Sam
is
is an
a-
enemy of the people. He hates Godzilla.
I don't hate Godzilla. It's
He was
just it's
cheering for Godzilla
kind of overhyped.
to die.
Guardians of the Galaxy is a MCU movie, so I can't vote for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can.
Probably Mission
Yeah,
Impossible.
I
Mission
can.
Impossible is good.
what visual effects were in Mission
I don't
Impossible? I
know.
thought they did everything for real.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
I'm gonna vote for
Writing.
Godzilla just because Ethan is so
American
excited about it.
Fiction,
Thank you,
Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor
And I
Things,
own
Zone of
Godzilla
Interest.
merch.
Oh, this is for adapted.
Now that I'm reading the stuff Oppenheimer's based off of,
Poor Things isn't A24, is
No.
it? No, it should be.
Oppenheimer.
Because I would buy the A24 Poor Things.
It's a really good
merch.
book, really good movie.
But
Oppenheimer.
because like the female characters are so underdeveloped. Like,
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
In Oppenheimer.
It's hard for me to give it to it.
Yeah, Poor Things.
It's
got
hard for me
some
to give
really
it to
good-
anything else because I've actually read Oppenheimer. but-
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, I know the source material of Barbie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Um,
funny. What
yeah.
the
Barbie,
fuck?
I would not give the writing to. Writing,
No.
amazing in that first little bit when in
Yeah.
Barbie world. But like,
I think
Yeah.
the writing's
that-
pretty good for the most part. But,
I think the message in Barbie just gets so muddy towards the end of the movie.
I don't think so.
I
To
think
me,
that it.
does. I think Will Ferrell, he's funny and everything.
That's
but
true. I mean, with the Mattel Corporation.
That's
yeah,
true.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
See, I watched that
I haven't
on
seen
the first
Zone of
time
Interest.
exclusively like through a gender perspective. Not
I'm gonna
really
say, I'm gonna
the
say Poor
company.
Things.
I'm gonna give it to American Fiction. I thought American Fiction was great.
Maybe if I saw American Fiction, I would change it. But Poor Things is the best out of Barbie and Poor Things.
Yeah.
That I've seen here. So.
Yeah. And
give it to
I want to see Zone of Interest. Hopefully, it
And-
comes to Carnival soon.
Poor Things was basically like Barbie if you took out any issues there are with the Barbie script. So
And added, a lot
And
of
added
steps.
other issues.
and added
Yeah.
other issues that I don't have a problem with.
Yeah.
I think Poor Things gets muddled.
Yeah. And
So, I
for
don't know.
original screenplay, Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Maestro, which is based on somebody's life. So I
Not
don't
seen
know
any
why
of
that's
these.
original.
It's original.
May, December, and Past Lives.
Past
Yeah,
Lives.
I've seen
I
Holdover
gotta
and
watch
Anatomy of
Past
a Fall.
Lives.
Haven't seen any. I'm gonna say Past Lives.
Best script, I mean, Anatomy of a Fall has probably the most words and is in 3 different languages. So I will give it to
you go.
Anatomy of a
I'm
Fall.
gonna give it to Maestro.
And that's all of
Give me
it.
it to Past Lives.
Past
You
All
Lives,
right.
'cause
I
got
got
a
a
soft
do
spot
really
for
wanna
the-
see Past
for
Lives.
the Korean filmmaking. I love Korean filmmaking.
It's amazing.
I still have to see that, yeah.
So gotta give it to Past Lives. Haven't seen it.
So
yet.
that's the Oscars.
One day,
you
that's the
guys.
Oscars.
Come
That's
back
what we
to this.
think.
We'll
in
probably do
March.
an Oscars. Are we wanting commentary for Oscars?
We'll see what we
go
get.
to the Oscars night.
What day is it on? I need to book
I think
that
March
off.
10th, I
Is that a
think.
weekend?
I think it's a Sunday.
Okay, I need to book that off because we should definitely do an Oscars night for that. Do a
Sunday, March
commentary.
10th.
We should get a little drunk, do a commentary.
Yep.
That'd be
So
really fun.
I'm calling it now. Poor Things sweep.
I think Oppenheimer's for sure gonna sweep.
I think
And
Oppenheimer's
think
going to sweep,
Killers
but
will get
Killer's
something.
sweep is my
Killers will-
prey.
That's the hope.
That's the
I
hope.
think it'll get a couple things. I could see it
Better
getting.
fucking get director.
I
I
think
could see it getting directing.
Oppenheimer shouldn't
but-
sweep just because.
Nolan got the Golden Globe.
Yeah, I don't want Oppenheimer to sleep because it's fucking Chris Nolan. You know, who
Also-
really cares?
Yeah.
But
It's
I,
great.
I watched
but
too
it's
much
amazing.
YouTube shorts,
Oh, yeah,
and
best
is
of
it Cillian or
2023.
Killian Murphy?
Silly.
Killian.
It's Killian Murphy.
I don't know.
I always
say Killian.
I always say Cillian, but
Okay.
I like Killian
anyway,
better.
whatever his name is, I watch too many YouTube shorts, and I always see those those Sigma edits of him from Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
I hate it.
Okay.
I hate the Sigma
You ready for my
edits.
2023
Top
tentative
10?
best list.
I will say his acting does seem really good in Peaky Blinders. I just hate
Yeah.
the Sigma edits. I hate them so much.
Here's
true.
my tentative best of 2023 top 10 list. Okay,
Okay.
should I start at the bottom or?
Yeah, start at the bottom.
We gotta do the wait. We gotta do the Critterpit Sigma edit of Leo DiCaprio from Killers.
Yeah.
Just like Sigma edit of him
Sigma
killing
edit.
people. Like
Okay,
Being the
Number
worst person
10.
in the world.
this could be a surprise, but number 10 I have Saw 10.
I was gonna put Saw 10 on my
I
list. I
love
put it on
Saw
honorable
10.
mentions.
I don't think I've watched
figure-
10 movies this
I
year.
couldn't figure out my number 10, but such a fun movie.
Yes, so fun.
Number 9 I have Blackberry.
Yeah.
Loved Blackberry.
That's my number 10.
Loved Matt Johnson, everything he's doing there. Number 8 I have Totem.
Okay.
Shut the fuck out.
Yeah.
Okay, above it I have Lebanese Burger Mafia, but I feel like I should switch those around looking at that now. I love Lebanese Burger
It's
Mafia.
really good.
I think I'm so
Perfect
biased just because
Alberta
it's like I'm an
filmmaking.
Albertan guy, but
Best friends with the people that made it.
yeah, and like seeing people you like know actually kind of
Yeah.
on screen.
And then
like,
visiting
an
all those
audience.
locations too has been
It
fun.
hits. It hits.
And it introduces to Burger Boy. You know, it's
Yeah.
like these
Yeah.
things.
Okay. Number 6, I have Red Rooms.
Okay.
Loved Red Rooms. That talk after with Pascal Laugier was amazing.
Yep.
Just how smart that movie is and how well it's constructed and like
And how this dude's just a normal guy.
it's shocking, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of just horror films, so effective, so effective.
Yep.
Character writing is amazing. The form is amazing. There's
Yep.
a scene in that film that'll forever stick with me. The scene with the serial killer where he.
Oh my God, yeah, that's right.
Ugh.
And he looks right at.
Number 5, I have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I love that movie.
Nice.
Amazing animated film. We love animated films. Number 4, I have Perfect Days.
Okay.
Love Perfect Days. Number 3, I have Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
Wait, Talk to Me's 2023, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, Saw 10 might have just got fucking bumped out. It did definitely just get bumped out.
Poor Saw 10.
Number 2 is Monster. We
Number
love
2?
Monster.
I
Yeah.
gotta watch. Where can I watch Monster?
I think it's coming out
We
soon
love
because it just
Monster.
had a
Gotta
theatrical
see it.
run.
I
And
gotta
number
see
1
it.
is Killers of the Flower Moon, but I've only seen Killers and Monster once, and I can
Yeah.
definitely see Monster taking the top spot upon a.
A rewatch.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I've seen 10 movies that came out this year. I've watched quite a few movies, but I don't know
Yeah.
if 10 of them came out this year, and there was a
You
lot
just do.
that I saw that I just didn't like. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say number 1, Poor Things. 2, Beau is Afraid. 3, Killers.
Yeah.
4, I'm just gonna do movies I saw this year.
Sure.
4, Blue Velvet. little late for that one, but
Yeah. 5, The Invisible Man.
5, probably Boy and the Heron.
Yeah.
6, let's say. What else did I watch? Oh, Asteroid City.
Yep.
Poor Things. That's tough between 6 and 7 for Poor Things and Asteroid City. They're about the same.
Okay.
I like them quite a bit,
Yeah.
and that's it. That's all the movies. I've
Okay.
seen.
All right.
Real quick,
For mine,
I changed
don't
my list
remember
around a
any. Okay.
bit.
I
It's
remember some.
Killers, Monster, Oppenheimer, Perfect Days, Spider-Man, Red Rooms, Totem, Talk to Me, Burger Mafia, then Blackberry.
Okay.
Yeah, switch that around a
Yeah.
bit.
For me, I did number 10, Blackberry.
Hell yeah.
Got to give it to Matt Johnson, some Canadian
So
goat.
good.
Number 9, I gave Beau's Afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, Asteroid City. Number 7, Perfect Days. Number 6, Hey Victor, the
Yeah.
nice Canadian
Oh my God.
mockumentary film that I loved. Number 5, The Holdovers. Number 4, Oppenheimer. Number 3, Totem. Number 2, Killers of the Flower Moon. And number 1, Monster.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
Poor
forgot to
Things
put
wasn't on
perfect.
there?
I forgot to put Poor Things in that list. It's probably between
I love Poor
Oppenheimer
Things.
and Totem.
So it's gonna kick Maestro off.
Yeah, it would kick Blackberry
Oh no,
off.
that's sorry, no,
No.
that's not Maestro. That's Monster. That's your number 1.
Yeah.
The other side.
I-
Kick Blackberry off. Okay.
Kick Blackberry
I
off.
love Poor Things. I love Beau's Afraid, but like just to make it on that list has to be like that personal connection, like that
real
infatuation
emotion.
with
Barbie.
that film.
Barbie number 8.
Like
Yeah.
all the films I've had on there now, I've been like infatuated, like just so much respect for what
Yeah.
they're doing.
Actually, I might have to kick
Poor
Poor
Thing-
Things
you
down
have
from
to-
number 1.
I
Poor
love
Things
Poor
is-
I might have to
Things,
Yeah.
kick
but,
it. I might have to kick it down to
What they're
number
doing
2
is so unique.
'cause
and
I
it's
so-
think-
amazing.
Yeah.
I
but,
think
like-
Mario might be my number 1. But
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes without
A
saying
big-
that our true number 1 for everybody here is Benji's Hour.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
well,
That's
yeah,
like a
but
new
It's
spot.
kind of, yeah,
that one's kind of
that's
like
kind of surpasses.
that's kind
the
of like a
Kinda-
2015
it's
movie.
zero.
Like it's been
Yeah.
in development for so long. It just came out.
Yeah,
now.
but like
just happened to
For
come out
me,
now.
the big thing to get on that list
And this really hasn't come out yet because it
Yeah.
still doesn't have a release date because nobody wants to buy it.
I think the biggest thing for me about like what makes it on that
It's
list
gonna make me
is
cry.
just how much like thought I put into the movie afterwards, like how much it stuck with me personally.
But Bo, I'm sure Bo was afraid did.
It did, but like all those other ones, like I think about so much.
Okay,
Yeah.
still,
Just a personal thing,
yeah, that
and just like
that's
really
true
sticks
for,
with me.
That's true for my list as well.
we are
yeah.
going to have a
It's like
donation.
no slight to those films. Like still full respect, love everything they're doing, but like
Yeah.
just personally, how much I think about that in my free
Yeah.
time. You know,
I wanted to give some shout outs and honorable mentions as well to Evil Dead Rise. 'cause
Love
that was
Evil
just
Dead
it was a
Rise.
fun,
I should watch.
really
that.
fun movie.
really fun.
I watched
time.
all the Evil Deads back
and
in like
Infinity Pool
2021.
as well.
Yeah,
that was
Infinity
early
Pool
this
was
year.
this year. I have to rewatch that.
Yeah.
That was way too high.
And then and then The Adults, which was one that I just
Mhm.
watched like last week. So I feel like I can't put it on any list. Yeah, and Benji's Hour.
Potential
I
Cronenberg
think
this year.
okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna put a down.
God
We're gonna
bless.
put a donation link in the description of this video so you can donate. We're gonna try and scrape together like a few $1,000s so we can play Benji's Hour in the.
I think all we
Benji's
need
Hour
is
a Criterion
all we need
release.
is $150 to play it in Carnival.
once.
Yeah.
We want to
Okay.
play for a couple weeks, so a
couple
thousand.
weeks?
Yeah.
Here's the statements we'll leave to you.
Get the
critters.
holiday season.
Watch Benji's Hour
Yeah.
and buy that W.
no, 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 no.
All right. We out.
Scrap the pod.